All of day one, she thought that I was on the spectrum. She thought that I had autism.
What is this
Wait,
guy?
what? I had the golf club and I was just farting to myself.
I had the golf club and you were like running lines or whatever, but like also farting to yourself, doing the kind of vibe. She was barefoot in like a nightgown and it's chilly. We're on the ocean for 4 hours screaming, "I'll meet you in Bozeman, Montana." Great, one more time. "I'll meet you in Bozeman, Montana."
You got the blonde, beautiful Cinderella, and then you got the lead man, like that they have.
Looks identical to you, and every Prince Charming, everything. You know what I mean?
Like handsome Squidward, right? And we are mother freaking rolling with my boy Danny Farber.
And nice.
Woo! Good to have you in, babe. Holy crap! It feels like we've known each other for a hot minute. We were just talking about. You're rolling like an animal. You got Vancouver tomorrow?
I leave literally tomorrow.
Have you been to Vancouver?
Never been to... No, I've been to Canada, but not Vancouver, which is sad.
I've been to Toronto. Did you go to Toronto yet?
I went to Toronto, which is sweet. And we're flying our DP in from Toronto, which is cool.
I like that. Across the whole country?
I guess so. We're going to spread ourselves out pretty far and wide, which is exciting.
Yeah, and I've been trying to get to Vancouver for a minute. I hope it's the right weather, right?
No, it's going to be super rainy.
No, because that's the thing with it's in Seattle. It's like
it's
gonna be fickle up there.
It's the whole West Coast.
But I heard that like when it is warm and hitting in the summer, Vancouver hits.
Hopefully this is great. I go back when it's a little nicer, warmer.
I hope you get a peak of sunshine in there.
I know that for the next 7 days, it is rainy and gray. But
man.
We're also LA, May
that
gray,
here all the time,
June
too.
gloom. That's
gray.
always what are you gonna do? But I'm a Chicago boy, so like I'm used to like gray skies and like shitty weather.
Yeah, because wait, so born and raised in Chicago, did you study film in Chicago or did you come straight to LA?
No, I did 6 years in the city proper working. I got on my first set when I was 19. And then I like just started going super hard. Like people don't know that Chicago, the film industry out there is incredible. Like,
is it strong?
Oh my God. Nice. Well, before COVID, we had all these shows.
All the Chicago PDs.
The one Chicago procedurals are still working, but there's like a great slate of actors, crew, below the line. It's a blue collar city, right? So like there's a lot of workers that are hungry for this work right now. And I actually just spent like 10 days. I just got back a couple days ago. I was in Chicago trying to build out the infrastructure to bring some of these verticals back home so that we can get some people that help raise me like some work.
Oh yeah.
So I like was talking with
for it.
Yeah, man, I think there's producers, there's production companies, there's locations, there's cast, there's crew that are like so hungry for work and we have a surplus. We're like, I'm not trying to take things away from LA because I love working in LA.
Right.
I just know that there are some people that can't handle all. There's a little bit of vertical fatigue happening right now amongst some of these crews where they literally, some of these companies can't do as many projects as they're getting commissioned by clients to do. They want it, 4 or 5 a month. Mm-hmm. So do 3 here, do 1 in Chicago, 1 in Austin, 1 in Vancouver, would be a great way to like start expanding the market a little bit further.
Yeah, because I'm just wondering like why LA is so heavy, like because we hardly ever have the client on set, and if it's just we're talking about one person needs to like make their way to Chicago and get their schedule, obviously a plane ride, and then you got everything's just handled in Chicago as opposed to like we're running into like you said fatigue, like back to back, like you can't double book these crews and shit.
No, and that's the thing on it too. It's like it's not taking jobs away from work that's already happening here. It's adding work and volume to the nation and to the country. And something like Chicago, like Illinois has a crazy tax credit where you get 30% back if you spend over $150,000. As a production company, Arai would get 30% of that back if they hit the threshold of amount of Illinois workers that they're hiring on, where it's a tax rebate. You sell that rebate back to somebody like a big corporation, Sony or whoever is gonna buy that rebate from you and you get cash. You get 30% of your overall budget back for your production company. So there's a lot of incentives to bring things back home while also, keeping roots and grounding a nice network and a base out here for the crews that desperately need the work with, the strikes and the fires. Like LA needs the work as well. We just have a bit of a surplus, which I think would be great to diversify and expand if we can,
Well, yeah, I mean, you would think that it's a numbers game for these apps, right? Because it's like they're hardly making money. It's like a volume game. So if they have the means, which is the finances, to go volume, then like why just get claustrophobic in one city when you're like we can siphon off B units and shit in fucking Chicago?
I think too, like you can find so many other players and stars. You know what I mean? Like you're one of the first vertical stars, right? I think I'm starting to make a name for myself as a vertical director where like there are other there's opportunities to share this wealth and help, anybody who's up and coming in this space, whether it be, the next Jared Harper, the next Danny Farber. Well, we're still doing our stuff, but like, especially for like underprivileged communities, minority groups that might not have the representation that we want to see more on camera and behind the camera.
Yeah.
I love the idea of like helping expand the wealth and seeing a way to like help some of these creators get access to Rise, because once you learn how to make a vertical, it's
formulaic.
It's a little rinse and repeat, the same way that procedural television can be.
Yeah.
It's always going to be a challenge. You're always going to put your heart and soul into the thing, but like it's a skill set and it's a muscle, and once you work out that muscle, you can get really strong at it. And for me, if I can, go into Chicago and teach 2 or 3 or 4 crews, okay, here's how to make a vertical, here are the beats to hit, here's what a client's looking for, then they can start doing it themselves, and I can take a step back and can have fulfilled a part of this like piece of me that I've always wanted to do ever since leaving, was being able to bring work back and then also be planted here still and be kind of global and international still. So.
Yeah, more of like an overseer role. I'm just wondering, like, so I wonder how then you convince the client, because that's all it is, right? It's just like, oh, if client's like, yes, can be greenlit.
Yeah.
You have to present them like a Chicago package. That's not a bad idea.
It's not, and
you just show them like 10 locations, pricing, like actor pool,
sure,
and then crew. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a lot of it.
Like if you're like, dude, Real Short, dude, whoever, like, here's the package of like Chicago. I can spearhead this.
I know for me, I've been talking with some of the apps and some of the different clients.
Are they excited? Or they're just kind of like, sure?
No, I think everybody's excited to see what, the full scale of work that we have, in the body of people that can do these projects, and to get new locations, get new faces into the thing. It's always exciting. It's or bringing people like yourself to these new spaces. It's like when I just went to.
I love flying in. That's my favorite shit ever, and I know you like it too. New city, out, like,
exactly.
Just, like, get to know all those local hires and shit.
Yeah,
that's the funnest.
Because it's, in this industry, taking a step back outside of verticals too, it's like this is it's a community. We are, I heard one time from an AD when I was like 19. It was my first ever movie. I was an intern PA working for free. And it was it was a big union production, whatever. And our second AD was like, that only 3% of people ever make it on TV. Like out of the total population of America, you're talking specific America, 3% of people will make it on TV.
Like in the film industry?
Just the general American population.
Oh, okay, just everybody.
Just everybody. It's only 3% of people are on TV, or like make it on camera kind of thing. Which, it's kind of a lot of people with 330 million people. If that is true, there's a lot of, it feels small because that is a pretty low threshold. 97% of people in the population aren't ever going to be on TV. But there's this community that we've all run off to join the circus, theoretically, to be a part of, that, the best thing that we can do for ourselves, for our career, is to support one another and to expand to as many markets as possible, to help, diversify your network of people, but also just to gain life experience. Because as an actor, as a director, as a storyteller, as whatever the fuck, if you're able to see other perspectives of the world, I think it's only going to inform better art out of you as a filmmaker.
No, exactly.
And clip that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, take that to the bank and cash it. No, facts, dude. Preach, bitch. And no, exactly, dude. Like, but that's what we're always trying to achieve, right? Is like, let's put more like love, attention, and energy into the arts, because like we're saying, I think it's what keeps the world moving forward. We keep pushing boundaries of like thought and behavior and shit. Yeah. And like you say, it should be. And this is so poignant. We're talking about this because of the BS that Trump put out about 100% tariffs of international films coming in. It's like, damn, like I get there's action, but like, where's the logic, dude? Like, you're gonna fucking like put us on an island here.
It can't
go through, but it's like, let's just, why go 80 to fucking 100? Like, figure it out first and then present it. Like, I don't know.
It's definitely a pretty wild thought experiment, because like, just because he makes a tweet doesn't mean it's gonna happen necessarily.
No, I don't think it could. Like,
I don't know how it would.
Like, why are we putting this in the lexicon?
But then also, we're just gonna shortchange ourselves too. It's only gonna end up becoming more expensive to make domestic films and make projects domestically now. So, and I'm not going to pretend like I know enough about tariffs to like, fully say one way or the other, but it does. I remember seeing that yesterday when he was like, yeah, we're going to put 100% tariffs on anything made outside of America. And part of me, who all sides of me are like, this dude is terrible for America and for democracy and for progress and, you know, whatever. That remains true. And then I've never really had this thought when it came to him, but I was like, does that bring jobs back here? Because if that brings jobs back here, God, I hate it, and I hate the administration, but like, I don't know, that's good to bring jobs back. And on the same way too, like RFK Jr. Fucking seems like, you know, you can't pray away all these like medical benefits that we've learned from science, but if he's also banning red dye 40, it's like, that's also a good thing. That's a unanimously a good thing for society.
Right.
So I'm very like, not optimistic, but like cautiously just like keeping an eye on like, what's happening? How does all these things roll out? Because it's at the very least interesting, dangerous, scary, unprecedented times, and we got to stay informed.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta love those headlines. Anybody, right? Like that's like, oh yeah, we're like really trying to make strides and like make your health better, because we all know our food's fucked. Everybody else is like, oh no, we're not gonna like clear that shit, and we're over here eating it. So no, that's like, that would make me get off my couch and like actually fucking vote type of shit. Like when I saw that, I was like,
you should get off your couch and vote regardless. Go fucking vote. Vote.org. Vote for whatever. Always fucking vote. But
plug.
Yeah.
No, exactly. But like that's a universal like, yeah, let's be healthier. And then all of a sudden, and then what you said with the jobs. No, we all want that. Like, I mean, we've wanted LA to fucking like loosen its belt and be like, give tax breaks. Like, dude, Hollywood is evacuating. We got Austin, Atlanta, Vancouver. Who else is big? New Orleans. New Orleans with 50 Cent's fucking production company. Nevada with
Vegas is trying, right. There's also
and then Texas is making a strong push with fucking McConaughey and
with Woody Harrelson.
They went to like the Supreme Court or something,
which is rad. That's cool.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I want to expand the film industry, but also, damn, LA should do something, like take a swing.
And I remember too, before these verticals started, and I was, you know, I was still directing music videos and short films and acting and making things and whatever. And as an indie filmmaker, it is like the cost of one permit, the application for a permit is over $900 to apply for a permit.
In the red. Come on now.
In Chicago, it is $25 for a permit. Dude, not even for the application, for the whole permit, it's $25. It's $900 just to apply for a permit in LA.
Ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, who does that help if you're an indie filmmaker just trying to get your stuff off the ground? You've gathered, you know, $5,000, $10,000 with you know, all of the favors in the world and everybody in your circle and your family and your friends, and you want to make your movie. And like, okay, a tenth of that. 10% of your budget has to go to having somebody tell you, okay, you can shoot here right now. Like, get fucked. You know what I mean? Like,
they're just outdated prices now because that's making it too hard to do anything. And look, you can do that when that's why it's outdated. You can do that when a whole city is just like fucking like on a surplus. Then it's like the greed's gonna go up everywhere.
Sure.
But now that the fucking Hollywood is a ghost town for production, like then it's like you can't hold those prices over our heads anymore because we're not even out here anymore. It's Zombieland trying to fucking, like, I've had friends be on the Warner Brothers whatever, and they're like the only ones on the lot for the whole day. That's never been a thing.
It's super sad. I do know that like in 2025 film production I think there's like 50 something shows happening in LA right now, which is crazy, which is like also still down from the peak of, you know, 2019, 2017, like the Netflix boom of it all. We're in a serious contraction for sure. That being said, it is like there's like 50 something shows in LA that are shooting union shows, but that's also like, you know, Dancing with the Stars, and that's all like the unscripted stuff. So I don't know, man. It's wild. We lost Conan, we lost James Corden, but now things like Dropout, which is, I don't know if you know Dropout, but it is some of my favorite shit to watch on the internet, which is also, it used to be College Humor, and Sam Reich took over, and they have these shows on the internet that are so creative and so funny, and the talent is like the best. It's like a new Mad TV, but better, and like SNL is doing its own things, whatever, but this is like the internet's response to, it's filling this void of like where comedians can be really funny and creative, and I think it is so fucking rad what they're doing in LA here. Dropout, and it's like, it's a subscription-based service, but it's like they've tried to contend for the Emmys the last 2 years, and the Emmys are still like, no, new media, we don't really know, but it is getting tens or hundreds of millions of views across all social platforms, and this is the way that people consume media. And just to tie it back into verticals, because people are always like, what are verticals? Your audience might kind of know a little bit more, but like we as a society we're watching TV on your phone. Always. That's sure, you'll go to a bigger screen for something like The Last of Us. We have some cultural touchstones. Sports too, but like even sports, people are streaming on their phones too.
NBA gets all their ratings on the phones. They don't get shit. They get shit ratings on their networks.
So it's like as creatives, as filmmakers, people like Dropout, people like us in the vertical space, we're learning to adapt to a new modality, to a new medium.
We have to.
Film used to be letterbox, right? It used to be TV, used to be square on whatever, and then we went widescreen, and people are like, there was no big outrage about that. But now we go from widescreen to vertical, and people are like, whoa! It's like it's the same way to consume media. We're just now in a space where these apps have gotten really smart at like finding a way to gamify how to tell a narrative story. With these verticals, a lot of it is like long form narrative projects. It's almost like a vertical Lifetime movie, if you will. It's a vertical, it's like Snapchat TV, but it's successful. So like, if you're able to, I love these guys. I love these guys too.
No, they crush.
Dude, they crush. Talk about gaming the system. These are two people that just fucking...
They broke it, dude. They figured it out.
They travel the world DJing in cool spaces and make food, and they're both hot and it's fun.
And they're in their fucking van. They go from city to city in Europe in their van. They just pull up on these scenic ass spots and they just fucking vibe. One of them cooks and one of them fucking dances, and they both like rotate.
And they're like
cutie on the tables here, and then all of a sudden they just switch and
they're chefing it up,
and he comes over. He's like, yeah. No,
and it's like
this is peak like with my woman. That's why I'm going to Europe.
This is love.
They're like honestly 2%, maybe like 4% inspiration for me actually making this leap to Europe.
I'm really proud of you. What is that? So can we do this with the music playing behind us? Is it going to cut into the thing?
I just wanted to get it.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, okay. So what's going on with Europe? You're going to Europe. What is that all about?
So it was my birthday last September. I was over in Europe for 2 months. I did Paris, Switzerland, Spain, and cities in between and shit. Just was digging it so fucking heavy, and bro, it was like this is like one of the only times in my life where it's like I was like I think I even made the decision. It wasn't even like I made the decision. I was just on the way back, like on the plane right back to LA, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll be moving there. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm moving there.
It was very matter of fact.
Good timing because like that was I was coming back in October to LA.
Okay.
And I knew that my lease ended in June. I was like, dude, you got like 7-8 months, like. Dude, fucking just make that move to Europe.
Yeah, man.
Perfect timing. I was like, I'll crank out these fucking verticals as much as possible.
Sure.
I'll get up this stuff. Like, so I'm like, I've been trying to get this up for months. So I'm like fully in rhythm and it's like systemized.
Yeah.
And then all I got to focus on, because if this becomes my life, not if, but like this is becoming my life.
Sure.
That, and I love that lifestyle choice for me. It's like working, it just feels so good and like freeing. I know that we always want to make films. We got the production company like, let's get our fucking Netflix series picked up. We want our feature films to grow and like prosper. But I was like, dog, but not in the meantime, but like also what should be taking up my whole life too, especially because of the vertical fan base. Like it makes it a way more easier decision when you got 150,000 like loyal ass people.
I love the fans, man. I love the fans. They're the reason that we have a job. I feel like we should talk about how we know each other, like where we met and like the impetus of our connection.
I stepped on set for when was that like 6 months
ago? It was July. Okay, here's what it was. I'll actually tell you exactly what it was.
Okay.
It was July of 24. It was a vertical called "My Ex-Husband Can't Stop Spoiling Me" with Emily Gately.
Yeah.
From Unreal Imagine was the production company.
I think I worked with them a couple times. You worked with them a couple times?
Eves was our producer.
She was
Love
she
Eves.
Was lovely.
She's great. And Emily Gately was so cool in that one.
I worked with her again.
I love Emily. She's great. And it was so at least for me, I'm curious to kind of know like your part of where you came into it, but I know that I had already that was my fourth vertical. I'm now on vertical number 16. I start in Vancouver tomorrow. Is going to be 17? Vertical 16.
Lit.
And then I come right back.
16?
Sweet 16.
They better have a car there for you, dude.
And then,
get in, bitches.
Then I come back to LA and I do 17 before the end of the month too, which is crazy. But so it was my fourth one. And I remember it was my second collaboration with the production company Unreal Imagine. And the app it's My Ex-Husband Can't Stop Spoiling Me is on a couple different apps. It's on Snackshort, where if you look at it on Snackshort, it has like 435 million hearts.
Oh wow.
I don't know, or like likes or whatever.
I hope that's for real and not
I have no idea, but that's a cool number. That's great. That's very popular.
I like that fat number.
I am really bummed though because they were like, we want to shoot it in 30 frames. And as a filmmaker, I'm like, it's just going to look like a soap opera. Let's do it in 23:976. Make it cinematic. And then, okay, so let me back up a little further. So Unreal Imagine hired me to do one project in June. And by day 3 of that project, they're like, do you want to do another one in July? And I was like, absolutely. So we got off that set. 3 or 4 days later, we started our project. I ended up doing 3 in a row for them. And on the last one, I was like, we're switching to regular frame rates. I want this to feel more cinematic. Like I love the one that we did together. Like that opening scene where you come in through the smoke. If you just look at the trailer, dude, it looks great, but the frame rate is dog shit because that was what I was told that the client needed. And I was like, that was a learning lesson for me as a director to be like, okay, I understand that that's something that they might utilize, in other areas, and that's something that they might be familiar with. But it's my job as the professional, as the creative professional here, to say that, hey, this is going to actually play better and give you a better quality image if we, switch it up slightly. So a lot of that is taking ownership over that side of things, and I think now that I've done enough and enough have been really popular that like I kind of come with a little bit more authority behind that. Yeah. But okay, so working with you, when they say that we had Jared Harper, I was like, I don't really know who Jared Harper is. They're like, oh my God, he's like him and Molly Anderson are the best. And then I ended up working with Molly in Istanbul, and it's great.
Molly's great.
But I remember day 1, we're on the show, where it was the first scene of that movie. Emily was asleep on the couch, and you come up to her and you tuck her hair behind her ear, and that's the whole scene basically. Yeah. Nothing big. And it was funny because like I'd worked with a couple other lead guys, but nobody had like this reputation yet. My first ever vertical was Noah Fernley's first ever vertical.
Yeah, he does a lot. I haven't worked with him yet, but I know.
Love Noah, and he's so popular now. But both of us then were just like, it's the beginning of trying this new stuff out. And then Mark Herman, I worked with him at Real Short, at like my second one, and Mark wasn't like a name yet, so like that was also really. But then you were the first like name to like come into the thing. And I'm not going to lose that. Ben Taylor was also in the thing as like the other, whatever. A lot of great vertical male leads, female leads, incredible talent. But when you walked into the room, I was like, I got a little like, oh my God, we got to like, I don't know. He's a big deal in this space. Like, what do we is he cool?
Should we straighten up? Should we all fart? Like, what
and now it's so funny you say fart, because I remember we go for take 1 and I was like, oh yeah, great, he nailed it. But then you can start going, I'm not going to be able to, you go. Yeah. Wait.
Because, dude, it's just like.
What is that, dude? What is.
No, so I thought it was hilarious because what's her name? The AD, I think, or the second AD was telling me this shit like on one of the last days, or no, probably at the rap party. She was like, did you know that like we were all so tight before you walked in? I was like, wait, why? They were like, because they like prepped us that you're like this guy and he's like walking in on a cloud type shit. Yeah. And I was like, damn. And she like told me who was doing it the most, and I was like, that's and then she was like, but then it just took 1 hour in, and then you started making your fart noises, walking in and out of hair and makeup, just doing your fart noises and being like, hee, just like making noises.
Right.
Like, oh, this guy
being light and goofy.
And who sold me out to be like Tom Cruise going to like aviators like, where's my coffee and frappuccino? Like, but I was hella late. Like it was. So I think that was also building it up. It's like he's walking in whenever, and he's doing his thing. And it was. And I just walked in, just was like, yeah, where's hair and makeup? Nice to meet you guys. Yeah. And,
let's get it started. Let's do the thing. Yeah.
And then you're right. You felt the tingle, and all of a sudden it's like, and cut, and I just like, and people were just like, oh, is this who we're gonna deal with?
And I remember over the course of that movie, I was like, all right, I gotta keep everybody happy, because that's a big part of the job as director, is make sure your crew's happy, your cast is happy, everything's that. And I would ask Emily, I'm like, does the farting thing throw you off? And what a pro she is. She's like, nah, if he's cool with it, I'm cool. Like if it helps him, I'm cool to like, it's not gonna throw me off. And that speaks to what a pro Emily Gately is. Yeah. Hire Emily Gately, she's great. But also,
hold on, can I tell you that she fully told me that for all of day 1, she thought that I was on the spectrum. She thought that I had autism. She was like, oh, he's got a tic. Like,
everybody's got a touch of, you know what I mean? Like,
I know, everybody's got, possibly, but especially when this guy's got, like, I was doing a tic. She thought I was doing a tic all day. Because it was, like, on cue. It's like, whenever somebody said cut, because it's, like, perfect time. It's, like, cut, there's a lull. And also, I do it for the sound guy a lot, too. He's over there cracking up.
Dude, it would be... I remember one time we were shooting something in the backyard, and I was... In between setups, I would like to take my golf club, and I'd just, like, practice, like, chip shots or putting and stuff like that. Chipping away. Just something to, like... For me as a director, too... Well, I like to I'll know that if I'm staring at the monitor for too long, and if I've asked for something to get done, change the light over here, change the background of the production design, all this, I need to give crew a second to do that, right? So if I'm looking at the monitor the whole time, and I'm just here and I'm just like, things still doesn't move.
Like dictatorial.
Things still doesn't move.
I'm over here like, yep.
Still doesn't move. Yeah. Still doesn't move. So then I on that job, and then I've carried it through with all these other jobs. I was like, well, let me give some direction, and let me remove myself and take 3-4 minutes to do my own thing. And so that's when I started putting and bringing golf clubs to set and stuff. And I remember I was in the backyard and I saw you, and you were in a suit, and it was such a hot day in July, and you're just
it was toasty.
It was a toasty one.
We were inside,
and you were just farting to yourself, and I was like, what is this life? What is this? What is this? Wait,
what? I had the golf club and I was just farting to myself.
I had the golf club, and you were like running lines or whatever, but like also farting to yourself, doing the kind of vibe. And I was. And then by the end of that shoot, the production, the props department, shout out those guys. They gave me like foam golf balls, so that way I could start putting inside. I didn't have to keep stepping outside to work on my shit. And I was like, that was really sweet. They didn't have to do that, but it was like, again, just everybody keeping everybody happy and like that sense of like camaraderie and community. We lost our DP on that movie.
I remember that halfway.
Dude walked out in the middle of the day.
He stepped out and was like...
Never texted me again. I brought that guy onto the show, too. I brought him on. Dude,
I hate when a referral goes south like that. You're like, fuck, that's on me a little bit.
That's a little bit on me, and I'll never forget, because that was such a stressful day, and that was...
Yeah, there was a lot of stress a couple of those days. I was like, damn,
it was heavy, and like they used one of those scenes in the trailer where like the lighting of it's like...
wonky.
We lost our DP literally in the middle of the day, and he said it was he actually didn't say anything.
Emergency.
It was well.
He said his girlfriend was in the hospital or something.
Here's what happened,
and then that sounds like BS, right?
Well, I don't know. I'm not saying that it was. No, that was legitimate, and if you have family emergencies and they're what we're doing,
you gotta go do that. If that's
we're
the case,
just making
go
TV. We're just making TV. Like if you gotta take care of life stuff. Everybody understands. Yeah. But I remember turning to our AD. I saw him take a phone call right as I'm about to call roll, and I just go to the AD. I'm like, we're about to lose our DP. And he was like, how do you know? And I was like, just spider senses. Like, spidey senses say that this dude's tingling. So we go through the take, whatever. He's not operating camera at all. I see where B cam's at. I go behind A cam, and I start operating A cam. Yeah. And it's one of the big banquet scenes, whatever. So cut. Great. Yeah, everybody just give me 2 seconds. Let's go back to one. I step outside. He's still not talking to me. He's still on the phone, whatever like that. And I go, do you need to, I just say like this, like, do you need to leave? And he goes, doesn't say anything, doesn't say yes, just nods yes. And I was like, okay, all right, okay. You just let me know like how everything's going, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah. Without saying anything to the producer, to anybody, just leaves his shit and walks away. Which if you got to go, hey, things happen.
Let's say your shit.
Communicate.
I gotta go.
Communicate to the thing.
My girlfriend's at the hospital. I really have to go. I'm so sorry. Call me tomorrow.
Dude, all of it, right? Our AC, Miles, ended up becoming B cam.
I was going to say, that's...
Love Miles for that, too.
Yeah.
B cam ended up becoming A cam and inadvertently DP for the rest of the show. And then I was able to come back behind monitor. Yeah. But everybody was so... And then our gaffer was like, well, what... And thank God I know enough about lighting to be like... Okay, so I think we should, and I'm not going to say that I'm a DP by any means, but like, between our B cam moving up to A cam and starting to DP halfway through the day, and me knowing a little bit about lighting, we were able to get through that day, and then the next 4 or 5 days. But like, I even texted him too. I was like, "You good? Like, what's happening? Give me an update." And like 2 or 3 days later, I saw on Instagram, he was just like fucking around. He was just like out and about. No, he wasn't even fucking around. He was on another music video. He was on another job, and I was like, bro.
Do you think he did this on purpose? Do you think he just evacuated because he got the job and he was like, this is my plot today. I'm gonna like take a fucking call and be like,
fake a thing. I do know. I saw something night of him in a hospital bed with his girl. She's wearing a gown and he was laying in bed with her. So obviously there was something serious there, and I think he just saw that as a thing to like, well, I'm out. So I'm going to do something else.
Christ, send a text message.
Say something to anybody.
Like,
let alone like me, the director who got you the job on the thing. Like that burned me a little bit. And I'm like, I'm not going to. And we haven't talked since. And like,
no, there's no reason. Like he's out of your Rolodex. Like
that was the whole thing.
You can't burn bridges, dog.
Yeah.
All you had to do is just be genuine and be like, I got to go do this.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. Also, you can be genuine about taking the other job. He didn't say nothing to nobody.
He didn't say. That. I remember it was Eves or it was Zuri, one of our 2 producers, had to run down the block night of, and it took him. They kept calling after him. He didn't even turn around, kind of thing. And then by the time a couple of houses away where he got to his car, he was like, I gotta go. I have a family emergency, and just bailed, kind of thing. And it's like that's the shit people are gonna remember. if you don't respect vertical, you don't respect the. I get it. I get. I don't, but I do. Like, job's a job, though. Like, say you're here to do a thing, and so ever since, like, it's just been like, and obviously we haven't talked or anything, but like the fact that movie happened at all and was like popular is a testament to you and to Emily and to the rest of the crew for filling in the gaps there, because like that doesn't happen regularly, and then when it does, it's like it's on me as a director to like. Okay, how do where it's on everybody really to like pick up the slack of this guy that just bailed, our cinematographer who like has a pretty big freaking job. Yeah. You know what I mean? But there's some things about that it's all a learning lesson, and like I'm not gonna hold anything to the grave, and like he ever wants to reach out and explain what happened, I'm more than happy to listen to it. But like
but you can listen, but you don't have to. There needs to be like no repercussion out of you. It's like, all right, dude, but yeah, to be honest, like we'll never work together again. But like I hope you like it all made it.
I'm also never gonna say never, because like you don't know. I don't know. Like I
will. The reason I will, because, and I feel like you can own this shit too, bro. Sure. Because we gotta like our energy is whatever, it's revered, and like people like it. Like you can't give it to everybody. You burned it once, like that shows who you are, dude. Like I can't allow you back into, because we like cater such good energy. It's like you were over here at the party the other day, like such good people in our lives. Like my production, we all work too hard. You can't bring one bad situation in to poison the rest of the situation. Like that'll never happen again. Sometimes you need to draw it in the sand and be like, dude, I hope you're good personally, but like we'll never work together again. Like, but I'll dap you up anytime I see you.
Right. There's it's just too much.
And there's too much at stake.
And as an extension of yourself, and I think anybody can understand this, if you get anybody, just any kind of favor with a friend, with a job, with a lover, any of the things where you're like, oh, I got this great person I want you to meet, and then they become an asshole.
And then they just shit all over the carpet.
Are you now the asshole?
I mean, well, in that sense, I mean, that comes up in the producer's head for sure that day. I'm sure Yves was like, well, shit, like. But
it makes everybody's life 10 times harder. And it's like,
but you've moved past that, so now your impression is not linked with his.
No, of course not. We did a whole other vertical after the fact too. So
of course, in the moment you're like, fuck, this is my referral. Like, this is my guy. Like, and he fucking pooped his pants. So
what are you gonna do?
No, but like you said, like everybody fucking stepped up. You got to bounce back, and it starts at the top. So yeah, kudos to you for bouncing everybody back. And
Thanks,
that was halfway in. Yeah. And we finished that shit strong, and it does fucking well. People always, the fans talk about that one a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a fun. And so that was that's the first collaboration that we've done.
Me and you.
And then last July, and then I saw you went to Istanbul.
Loved it.
And then I went to Istanbul a couple weeks after.
I think you had better weather than we had it. We had it chilly.
I was there February in Eastern Europe. Like, it's cold. Or in Western Europe.
So we both were it was just winter.
Eastern Europe. Yeah.
December.
Western Asia, Eastern Europe. It was chilly. It was cold for sure. But
that's what I love about it, because there's an Asian and European side.
Yeah. The Anatoly side and then the European side. And dude, can we talk about Europe, or can we talk about Istanbul for a minute?
That's why we're here.
So shout out 1,000 people in Istanbul. Berkay is the client with Drama Pops. Umut was my producer. Were you with Depop or were you with Palm?
Depop.
You were okay, so there's two production companies.
Because I went to dinners with Palm.
Oh yeah?
I went to dinners with them and Berkay. That's how we did our last our last production was with Berkay.
Okay. So Umut is the executive producer of Palm, and he connected us with Berkay and the whole thing. And for me, I was there for 6 weeks, and I was hired to do 2 different projects together. Yeah. And it was, man, so incredible. The people they're professional Turkish filmmakers. With Netflix is a big stage out there, so like a lot of like their union crew,
commercials and stuff they said too.
They do, it was like a big union show, and then we have like all of the resources needed to do these full TV shows. Yeah. It's TV, it's Lifetime movies, it's feature films. We're just shooting vertically. Nothing else is different about it, right? And I remember having to learn so the first thing that I learned is merhaba is hello in Turkish. And then I really quickly learned uzdu dilerim, Türkçe bilmiyorum. Uzdu dilerim, Türkçe bilmiyorum. I'm so sorry, I don't speak Turkish. And from that, I got into, well, maybe I should learn a little Turkish. So nasılsın kanka is like, what's up, bro? How you doing? Nice. And then even if you call people nasılsın abi, it's like, oh, how you doing, big brother? Sen nasılsın? İyiyim, çok güzel, çok. Nice. Like all of these interstitial just kind of conversation pieces. But then, because I had 3.5 weeks to prep this thing, I was like, all right, what are things?
3.5 weeks? Here or there?
There.
Well, that's good.
It was great because
3.5
weeks to prep 2 different movies. Yeah. And so I started learning. I was like, okay, what's going to be helpful for me? So I learned Okay, so if you wanna, there was a time where it was a big banquet scene, and there's maybe 65 people in the room, and I'm behind the monitors, and our production designer Kubra and her set decorator Errol were there doing whatever, and I'm looking at monitor, and I just go, so you gotta go, sa, shoulda, der, sol, Ankara. So it's like, I want this picture moved left, up, right, move it back, der, stop. Çok güzel, it's beautiful. And so I could speak and communicate in their native tongue, which helps cut through the noise of everything. Yeah. And then as a crew, they're able to see that like I'm genuinely trying to communicate. Because you can't get everything done.
You're not trying, you were communicating.
I was able to kind of do, and then I was able to compliment a thing. I didn't want to learn any bad words. I only wanted to know, çok güzel, that's beautiful. Choki. It looks great. Yeah. Like, thank you so much. And it was really wonderful to like have that opportunity to collaborate with international filmmakers in their land, on their language. And like the things that I can bring as like a leader is, I'll show you respect, you show me respect. And like both projects, we got done and they were like, do you want to stay for the rest of the year? And I was like,
did you take them up?
No, I mean, I was like, I'm here now. So I was like,
the rest of the year.
We ended in like beginning of March maybe. And they were like,
they wanted you to stay till.
They were like, how many more do you want to?
All 2025?
They were like, how many more do you want to do? And I was like, I want to do so much. I love being here. I love you guys. I love the country. I got to go home. It's been 6 weeks. I got to go home.
Did you tell them like, let's link in the fall or something?
So I'm going back in August.
Dude, plug me. I'll be there.
That's what I'm saying. I'll be there. I'm doing 2. So
great. I'm gonna be living like.
Amut, Bertakai, Drama Pops, Jared Harper. Let's bring him. I want Eric. I want Noah. I want Jared. I want the boys.
Team up.
I want
who to call. You got
who to call.
And also, there's the woman's name too.
I didn't work with Depop, so I'm not familiar with their.
But it's weird. That's why it was kind of like interesting. I was working with Depop, but I was taking dinners with Palm.
That's great. Can we also talk about the wonderful women of this niche in this industry, the vertical stars?
Can we just talk about the wonderful women of Turkey? Babes.
Oh, also like 100%.
I went out with, because there was some obviously like Turkish talent that was on set.
Sure.
So when we'd have those days off, like they'd take me around. Did you go out a little bit?
Oh, I was there for 6. I was there for 6 weeks.
So you get some nightlife. They got great nightlife.
I'm a big fan of the Turkish community, and the women in Turkey are beautiful and they're very cool, and they love it. They love an American accent. But the wonderful women that make these verticals, so it's the producers, it's the writers, it's the actresses, it's the directors, the female ADs. There's so many like amazing, powerful, strong women that I've had the chance to work with. That, you know, Molly Anderson and Ashley Grant went to.
They went with you, right?
They went with me to Turkey. I had brought them, and because we wanted to do 2 different. So who can play fun, who can play good, and who can play bad. And so as they sent me like a list of, I don't know, a short list of maybe 5 or 6 people. And out of the thing, I was like, these 2 together are really funny. And then could both kind of flip A and B on it. This is going to come out, by the time this comes out, I'm bringing Alexa Reddy up to Vancouver for this one in Vancouver.
Brown hair?
Brown hair, brunette, she's great. Alexa's so fun and funny. Kira Weisley's really talented. She's a goober. Jesse Gallagher's really talented, but a goober. I just worked with Maria Barris for a real short one, and Maria's just so locked in, and she's young and she's great. And I think that, you know, a lot of people are rightfully so. I came up in Chicago where like casting diversity was like a really important part of like our DNA growing up in film in Chicago and stuff. And I know I've gotten a lot of comments or people in my DMs, everything of like, why are some of these shows so whitewashed? And it's like, you know, it's reflective of all of us, you know, of me as a director, you as a male lead, you know, people of position of authority. And I think what's great with what Arai does is you guys have a pretty diverse cast all the time. I don't usually have an opportunity to bring on everybody that I want to bring on in front of or behind the camera. Sometimes I'm just the gun for hire. And so it's like, I get inherited a cast, I get inherited a location. Like depends on the project for sure, but I'm really excited with this new, okay, so now we're year 2 of doing, you know, verticals and stuff. And I think these apps are taking a bigger stance and bigger swings on like having people of color, men and women in leading roles. It's so necessary and reflective of who the audience is and what the world actually looks like and what America looks like, that it's really great to like see some like really wonderful kind of people of kind of all colors, and men and women and non-binary people be really talented. And this is just a space to bring new faces and new voices. Christine Gonzalez is so funny. J.C. Murray, who was just here the other night, is so funny, great. And it's like, it's seeing these wonderful women of color do their thing. And I love being like an advocate for that best we can, you know?
Yeah, because like you said, it's our everyday life, and that's what we see in TV and film, like realistically. So we want to tell it realistically, because at the beginning it did feel very Disney, right? Like old school Disney.
Yeah.
And obviously the reason for that is because when people, like when Asia is watching our stuff, that's what, and even India, like that's what they see America as, right? It's very like, it's just outdated. You got the blonde, beautiful Cinderella, and then you got the lead man, like that they have.
Looks identical to you, and every Prince Charming, everything. You know what I mean?
Like handsome Squidward, right? So they have their idea. So we have to give them their idea, right? We're selling a product. You don't sell people that want a hot dog, ice cream. Like they want this, we're gonna give them this. They tried to expand themselves, and at first, and I don't think it did too well, because all this is just a business. They're only going to reciprocate with what's like where the results at.
And that's the safe bet, is to do
always. But studios always go safe.
But I think it's also our responsibility.
Obviously, you've seen mine. It's Latina every time, baby.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, every time, because we have a little bit more leverage and power. Like you are getting.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's really cool.
We see it this way, and they're like, okay. I think they were the very first one they gave us flack, because they were like, we want this person. Yeah. And we were like, yeah, okay. But then after that, then like you're gaining the leverage now. Like you said, we can be advocates for telling these stories, like how they're really seen, and like people how do people really date? I mean, I've gotten asked to do a couple gay roles, and then obviously like we've had like Latinas a bunch in our last ones, and like people of color and all that stuff. We don't shy away. Yeah. Not shy away, but like we want that, because we like those are our people too.
Well, I think, and this might be like a bit of a hot topic, but where do you fall as I'm not going to assume your sexuality, but as a straight white man, is the assumption that I'm going to make here. How do you feel about being approached to play like LGBT characters, and if you were to be a gay man and as a straight man, where does that land in your mind?
So with verticals, whenever they ask, this is what goes through my mind. So whenever I'm doing one of these, even as like the straight white man on these. As my character, as he's like the hero with the girl, right? Those are like the storylines mostly, like the billionaire, whether you put a werewolf on or whatever. Yeah. That's the story, right? You got Cinderella, and then you got the hero, and then we got to do there's a lot of steamy stuff. So with these, how the way these verticals are also going though, they feel like it only takes one freaking hit and then they just get replicated. But I feel like they're starting to feel their backs against the wall, and all their one direction that they're going is more freaking steamy. Like, why are we getting titles that are like blah blah blah, my billionaire sperm donor? Like, and then it's just like more and more sex, and like, so anyways, what I'm saying is, I already feel like I'm meat on a stick in a straight one, and then when I get asked to do a gay role, then it's just like I'll feel like even more steamy, like meat on a stick vibes, and that's already not my sexuality. Number one. Number two, I think that we can confidently say that like gay culture is more steamy by nature, because you got two men in the room. When you have a man and a woman, there's a level of consensuality that has to happen in our world, right? You got a man who's like this, manly figure, like bigger, whatever. That's usually the pursuer or aggressor or whatever in these, and then you got the woman that needs to like submit. So there's that. But when you have two men on screen, it's like those are two men, and they're just gonna collide like stronger sexually, and like you're just at that. Yeah. You're in the same. So that's kind of like the biology nature of like. I think there's. So that's why I always steer no, because if I got the same script from Scorsese, it's a yes, right? It's like if it's an A24 film, I feel like it'll be done. It's a creative thing too. It's like I think things will be done more artistically and creatively and in the story. But I feel like when you get asked to do these fucking verticals, it's like how much? It's just more selling sex. It's like, let's get his shirt off. Let's just get them making out. It's like, but where's the dynamic and the nuance and the character? Like, it's not there. So can I tell you too though? Like, that's why I shy away from that shit.
That's a fair answer, and I think people people forget that Euphoria is also selling sex. They're doing it more creatively. They're doing it in very artistic ways. But a lot of what we're doing, and I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. I'm just like reminding the audience that like this is kind of a lot of what the entertainment industry is it's sexualized content, for better or for worse. And I think that if we're able to showcase, like I've talked to a handful of the fans that are like, we don't want to see assault on camera.
Dude, I had to say one.
Nobody wants to shoot them. Nobody wants to do it.
Dude,
like
there's ones that have mute girls that are like the guy's getting thrust in his assistant that has mute. I'm like, I'm not gonna.
It's not
assault
the
a mute disabled girl the whole fucking movie.
The way that I've been
Justifying it.
not even me justifying it.
That's what they try to do. They're like, no, but you see this and this happen. I'm like, no, you can't paint it
right. The way that I've been told is
right.
that a lot of it is, we need to see somebody at their ultimate worst to then get saved by a savior to then make them at the ultimate best. And it's like, if this is escapism, which is some of these stories that we're telling is escapism, there are people in this world who
fantasies escapism.
But you have to also keep in mind for the audience that tragically, unfortunately, have been survivors of assault who haven't been saved. And so to have representation of them getting saved in these moments is escapism, where they're like, I just wished that maybe, I did have this big handsome man come save me at the last moment. And for me, that's interesting to there's nothing right about profiting off of trauma. And with these stories, I think they could be triggering and really traumatic. And I think there's a place to tell these stories if we're able to have kind of trigger warnings before an episode like that can happen. Because I think there is something valuable about somebody who just needs a little bit of comfort, in their life, and we can provide that and create an environment where at the last minute they do get saved. But even in doing so, don't make that last minute so graphic. It never has to be so graphic. You can tell, and that's a filmmaker's job, is like, how much can you say without actually showing anything? How much can you say without saying it, right? And so we don't need these really, really intense moments. We can, that's gonna traumatize an audience or a cast or a crew. And so that's something that I'd love to see, reevaluated as verticals become popular and stick around.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking of it from a business standpoint. It's like, do you want to? And I know that all these apps have a lot of categories and Rolodexes, so it is among their Rolodex of content. But I'm also just thinking damn, do you want to alienate your audience and what they're just for a niche representation that is it really representation? It's you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think a lot of women do suffer, harassment and assault.
But even if they suffer, I don't know if they want to see this happen again.
Totally fair.
That's what I'm saying.
Totally valid.
I was just dude, how many scenes we got? And they're like, Jared, it's all over the script. And I was like, I know. I can't press her up against the kitchen counter for the 11th time.
No, I know. A lot of these.
She's yelling, get off me.
Yeah, it's not.
But we're selling representation. I'm like, I'm not hearing that now. I'm seeing this happen. So that's why I called them out.
I think it's that's right. As somebody of authority, you have the power to call it out and let's remove some of this from this story.
I gave them options. I was like, guys, we can collaborate and try to get this all the way stripped down, or just hit me with another script that you guys have a cache of. I know it.
Yeah.
And I was like, or recast. But yeah. I'm here. I'll wait.
Sure.
So I did it the way you're supposed to fucking do it, unlike your fucking boy, DP guy.
Oh,
so
who bailed?
I'm here for it. And
not my boy. I haven't talked to him.
He's not my ex-boyfriend.
He's not. My ex-husband can't.
I don't even remember him anymore. Yeah. You scratched him out of all the photo albums. Damn.
Yeah. No. Hey, what? Okay, let's step into. I don't know how into your personal life you want to get, but where are you in terms of you're a successful, attractive guy, and you're making a living as an actor. Do you find, I don't know, is life fun? Is it lonely? Are you dating? What's going on? What's the peek behind the curtain that I'm sure people want to know more about?
Oh,
that you want to tell within your comfort. Yeah. You'll edit this thing.
No. I love that question. It's a great launch pad. I can go anywhere with it. Yeah, dude. For me, I live a great life. I think the only ever frustrations I ever have are peak frustrations. Everything else is amazing. Like you said, we're kind of in the similar positions where it's damn, we're coming up and hustling as artists for so long, and the past couple of years has been amazing because we're oh wait, things are feeling more in rhythm and regular, and now we can have options and dictate what work we want to take and don't want to take. Do I want to take vacation for a freaking month? And then so we have all those options. So now I'm putting all my time and energy into this stuff, and to I want people to get to know me. I feel and like we were saying earlier, I'm super fortunate with this amazing fan base that I made through all these verticals, that they're very passionate and very on board with whatever I got to do, and they're giving me the confidence. It's Jared, we just want to hear and see from you, let's get to know you. And I'm oh damn, because forever, like we went to acting school, right? So it's like, and we went to filmmaking school. So it's like, let's put our creativity and our pieces of ourselves into our art, right? And it's like, that's the only way that people were getting to know like our messages or like who we were, or like, let's try to paint an agenda, whatever. Like that was our form of expression. Yeah. So now it's like, oh, I can go just A to A, right to the, like, right, not customer, but like right to my people. Sure. Like, why do we have to, you know, it's not a, it's one or the other. I'm doing both, but I'm just saying, like, with film and TV, right? Like, from conception of idea to like, it is now published and promoted. Like, we're talking like, I don't know, 6 months, year, like, so I can get more of an immediate, like, you know, soundboard with the audience members. And also it's, there's that, I want to always do that and like express my creativity through TV and film and scripts and all that. But I'm also like getting such a kick out of, let's travel around the world, let's showcase places I'm at. I've also always had this quality in me, and I don't really know where exactly it stemmed from because it wasn't always with me. Like I have this like Tony Robbins like itch in me where like I do want to help people, like, because I found my passion in life and my purpose, and I want to help people get find that too. Sure. Because I don't know, I think I'm just such like a advocate and lover of life, like in general, that I want to help people like live fuller lives, and I feel like I have a knack for that. I've like helped a lot of people out. In what way? How do you mean? Just like it's just like it's just conversation, right? It's like, because that's all, it's just opening a dialogue and opening a communication channel that maybe they've never had access to before. And I am coming with myself, like open and coming with my experience and like outlook on life, and then somebody might be stuck in their ways. That's like, they're not seeing, I just help people like visualize things and like realize things and get over obstacles. And I'm here to like, okay, so that's your obstacle? Okay, cool. So yeah, like what if you did like this and that and then, in like a life coach kind of way, or like for friends, or for what do you? Well, that's where I found my like natural like draw to it and knack for it, because I mean, yeah, like friends in acting school, we were all kind of doing it together, like kind of like not fully realizing, because that's always a journey, but just like realizing ourselves on a new level. That like I obviously like got such a euphoric like feeling from it, because I'm like, wow, I'm like walking into myself. Yeah. Because I don't think that, whatever, like if you believe in like alternate like lives or like past lives, whatever, but I just felt like I was walking a path that I like am meant for. And I was like, I know that this feels so strongly to me that I want to get this all I want to spread this to as many people as I can. Sure. And I feel like I have the tools to do it now, and obviously I'll get more and more gain more and more tools. And because like as you're saying, as a director, like obviously what we do is like, you know, you go on set, rinse and repeat, but dude, like what I'm like, the way I'm living and like the way that my life feels like it's elevating, I'm ready to help everybody around me elevate. And I think it's great that this stuff helps out a lot. And then yeah, like I'm starting to like I'm gonna launch that like what do you call it, like that type of not program, it feels too official, but like Elevate with Jay, or Jay Elevate, whatever you want to call it. Sure. And like talk directly to mostly fans, because they're obviously like the people that are like taking my stuff the most, you know, and then just have like those one-on-one like 10-20 minute combos, and it's just like let's start something together. That's cool, like, man. Keep me updated, and like I'll help you out with you want to be the internet's accountability buddy. That, but also I can't wait to like go and do this in person. I mean, I feel like podcasts are this in a way. Like I feel like I help out. It's not all about like what it's also like an open, like I feel like I'm getting so much influence and inspiration from people that sit in the seat, but also like that's why I like podcasting too. Yeah, of course. I feel like we're figuring out things together. And also we're doing this while people can share in on the experience. Yeah, and they get a little look inside of who you are. I think it's funny too that like I asked about your personal life, and the first half of your answer was all the professional stuff. Yeah. And that's it. Just I'm recognizing it as like, you know, because I see a lot of that in myself too. And people are like, okay, so like what's going on? I went back to the Midwest because I'm, you know, from Chicago and stuff, and I was there a couple times, but last summer really it hit home where I was like maybe there for a week, and the week that I was there, almost nobody asked about the professional stuff. It's not that nobody cares about the professional stuff. It's just there's in LA in the creative space, our art or our career is like the thing that we put so much emphasis on. And it is funny to like kind of snap out of the matrix a little bit and be like,
Well, no, but what about like life? What about hobbies? What about family? What about the things that you want to intrinsically better the quality of the life that you want to live?
Yeah.
And I have had a really difficult time like separating love and art and family and career and relationships and connections and networking and love and whatever. So I think that at least for me, like I am actively trying to make a bigger emphasis on life outside of the industry as well, because hey man, it's a machine that will always be there.
Yeah.
Like I find it I'm about to turn 30. I'm still 29, which is wild to me that like I'm still in my 20s. Shut up, get out of here. I hated that. I hated it. No, but like I've put such a fucking emphasis on the last 11 years. 11 years. I started this when I was 18, and then and it was getting to be able to be an international director, and I've acted in TV and movie and shit like that, and it's never near where I want to be at. Like I'm still so far away.
Ambition, yeah.
The ambition is not gone.
It's there.
But now, I'm in a place of like, all right, well, everybody's getting married and whatever, and
you get those little thoughts?
Oh, dude, I'm like still. This is some tea for sure, but like, definitely like I had a really serious long-term relationship with somebody that I
recently.
We split up we split up about, it'll be 2 years this July.
That's what I was about to say, because I thought I remember.
I was just kind of still reeling off it. And I think there's so much, and I have nothing but like love and respect still for like that relationship and her as a partner and all these things. And like, but it sucks too, because it's like, you lose a best friend in a breakup, and you lose a person that you imagined a life together with. And I'm not going to, I figure that it's best to move on, but it's hard not to get caught up in like, stepping through life, alone or like without your partner in crime.
Yeah.
It's a different experience. And I'm at a place now where I'm older than both of my parents were when they met and married each other.
Yeah.
So like, and my brother is married. So it's all these things of like everybody in my inner circle has no idea what I'm talking about, because they've all been, in like these long-term committed relationships. And I have now, this space that I'm recognizing at 29 that I can't just fill with career. I'm happy to do so, and I love the work, and I'm addicted to the work. Clearly, I have an addictive personality for work and hustle.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think that should compromise like a fulfilled life of like happiness and gaining joy from the mundane, and like in having somebody to experience life with. So I think that it's really interesting, just like moving and telling these love stories. Yeah. Dude, I got
while you're like trying to like shield yourself from being in one.
I got out when the
life is art, dude.
Dude, life is art. And when the breakup had happened, like it was like a thing of like, I went to catering for a second because like work was so slow, and I was like, no shame.
Catering is honestly the worst side job though.
Yeah, no shame in side jobs. No, you got to do. You got to
do. Side job, but I will say,
but it does blow.
Shit, I was doing catering for like 6 months. Wow, that drains you. But that is such a good motivator. It's like I gotta get the fuck out of doing this. That shit will motivate you.
But even still, the only thing we catered were weddings. And then
and you're just like limited your romance.
It was that, and then maybe 3 to not even 4 weeks of catering before I got my first vertical, and I just started telling love stories. And I was like,
let's just wrap this up.
Yeah, you're like, I remember when that feels like that was nice. Yeah. That was warm and comfortable, and that was amazing.
You're like every time they shoot a scene together, you're like shedding a tear,
and then it's like,
he's really into it.
Dude, the performance must have hit, huh? And he's just like, nothing, Cassandra, and they're like, no, her name's Tammy. You're like saying your fucking ex-girlfriend.
You're just like, it's just a lot of like, I think life unfolds the way that it's supposed to, and I'm a big believer in karma and everything happening for a reason, and so I'm not lost in the irony of like having had a really wonderful special thing, and then having actively recognized that it might not be the right thing for me, and communicating that in enough time to walk out of it as cleanly and safely as you can with somebody you care about. was a real eye opener, maybe a little bit of karma, where like now I have to spend the rest of my life telling life stories, or like love stories and stuff. And like I don't know, it's just funny where the mind goes sometimes. When you're
it's funny, yeah. It's like you're saying, like it's good and healthy.
I'm getting hot under these lights. I put myself in this own. I brought it up, and I'm like sweating about it. Like,
you're sweating over here. Get him a bop.
Shut up.
No, but it's good. It's good that you're like can point out the fact that it is like ironic and like in a funsy way and like sarcastic way. But dude, yeah, you don't definitely need to feel like alone. Like, and also. I'm surprised that, well, I'm not surprised because like it's so on the tip of our tongue, like you said, it's like so fucking smacked in your face, like that you have this itch that you do want somebody. Because I feel like because you just said your answer, right? It's like our journey's our journey, and if I was you, I wouldn't feel like a tinge, even though you got back home people being like that's their journey, that's their way of like, because we all had to go through it. Like I got homies that all they do is have kids and stuff, but like. And it's also like there's an amazing meme going around, like you're like it might have been Walter Goggins or whatever, but like he's just like walking through like Thailand kind of smoking cigarettes, like everybody back home is like having a kids or whatever, but now you're that uncle that everybody talks about that's just traveled the world, got stories. I'm on that wave now. Like
you're cool with that? You're cool with that?
Not cool with it. I've embraced. Dude,
okay.
I'm Uncle Daddy, like because the good thing, that's why I was gonna bring up too, like we're lucky as fuck at least because we're at least men, like women, because I have a younger sister, she's 29 actually too, and she's like, damn, do I actually think about, freezing my eggs because she just got out of medical school. So they have that pressure, like,
sure,
I need a man, I need a baby, but you can't force love. She's like, no. I'm not going to do that to myself.
Of course not.
And like sacrifice her career. Like,
of course.
So anyways, I would like own that, like, dude, we're so lucky we're fucking men and we don't have that ticking time clock. So I can go travel the world. I can do you
put everything on. Biologically speaking, you're absolutely right. And I don't know if it's just because like I'm an emotionally sensitive guy, but like I don't know, man. Like it is funny. We're like. Fucking everybody I know is like I was the only guy in the long-term relationship for the longest time.
And now you're out here an outdoor cat.
Dog.
You don't know about the outdoor cat, huh? He's a street kitty now, boy. Welcome to the streets.
Dude, I don't want to be that guy though. I'm not a street cat, dude. Bring me in.
Bro. Catch me in the alley.
No, get me out of the alley.
I got my tuna like fishing for the garbage. No, I'm out here. I got 2 suitcases about to have to head to Europe with no fucking plans or ideas.
Oh my god.
I know a couple cuties. We're gonna say, hey, what's up? That's about it.
Dude, we're
gonna do vertical in August. I got a couple cuties. What other plans do I need?
Just be safe, be cool, be respectful. That's all I say.
Like need 2 suitcases, but I also need that little knapsack that you used to take to the train. What was it, like a little bandana? What do they call that?
Yeah.
A bendel. I just need a bendel on the way out and just hit everybody with one of these like. I'll see you on the other side. One of these right here.
Oh,
I'll
damn.
See you on the other side. I fucking hit it down the tarmac, down to my gate, dude. Bindle in hand. That's all I need.
Hey, man, that's you.
Just a bindle and a dream. Just a bindle and some dreams.
And you against the world, man. That's my album. That's the name of this podcast.
Just a bindle and some dreams.
Yeah, it's the title of this episode.
Wow, no, 100%. But yeah, so you feel the tinge to like have a loved one.
I feel
you on that too. I get lonely, but I know I'm not alone.
I'm also there's that for sure, but also like I think it's so important for men to talk about that.
Yeah.
Like I just want to be part of that conversation.
You gotta fall in love with yourself, and you gotta also like because that's what Julie Cameron says really well. You gotta like have a relationship with your inner child. It's like you can talk with I'm talking with young Jay all the time, and I feel like I'm still chasing those dreams because he is so prominent in my spirit. Like, and I feel like a lot of adults, and that's what society does with us, right? As we grow up, it's like responsibility, seriousness, commitment, all these things, right? And it's just dampening our inner child, and you gotta like nurture it, and that's why I feel like a lot of what's the saying? It's like a lot of people die before they actually die, kind of thing. They let their spirit die.
Is that a saying? Do people say that?
It's there's a more poetic saying, but it's like some people,
Isaac, help us out.
Yeah,
what do we?
Like most people die before they actually hit the grave, kind of thing.
Oh,
like
whoa.
Their dreams get killed, the inner child gets subdued.
Damn.
Because of like outside forces and circumstances. So anyways, let your inner child play, man, and like have fun. Like know that this is your journey. You'll find her when you find her. Or like
it's all that, and I appreciate that, and I think there's
right because think about the other way. Then if you force it, like, oh, I want her to be around every corner, then it kind of eludes you.
And I'm not even knowing. I don't know that I've like truly forgiven myself enough for like
in the relationship
having just stepped away from it. You know what I mean? Like understood that it wasn't for us. And it was a thing that like, and I'm not trying to get into her personal life on camera, but like, I know that I'd rather be, it's an interesting thing of like time helps you move on.
It does heal all.
Time heals all, absolutely. So it's not like a fresh wound, but it is a thing of like, I just want the people in my life to like have a good impression of who I am as a person and as a man, as I walk through the world as
Every
a man.
door you want like Danny.
I just want that, and like to feel like you let somebody down that let you in on their life and that you let in on their life. Just it's a thing that I'm trying to continue to reconcile with, where and I'm sure, you know, she's on her own journey, and I think she's doing fine, and I think I'm projecting a lot of other things that might not actually be there, but I can't. It's one of those things of like, I'm not even ready to be happy until I know that she's happy, kind of thing. And I think that's got to be something that I move past or work through or whatever. Shout out therapy and shout out like talking about it and like holding space for your male friends to have these kind of conversations, because we as a society need to be, I think guys need to be kinder to themselves, and we'll have a lot less aggro fucking Andrew Tate Testro, you know, kind of vibes to a thing. And like, I also think it's really funny, just to go back to verticals for a hot second, the amount of like that I haven't fully seen, but I've started to get whiffs of with some lead male actors is alarming, because like I think
they're bringing in that energy, like,
well, a little bit. I think it's just like what American men, you know, 18 to 20 something, are all, you know, raised, you know, during COVID, that are on finding these spaces on the internet to find community, which is all like pretty fucking toxic. It's toxic attitudes.
Dating, like, what is it? It's Gen X, Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Gen Z is, dude, I think that they have a tough time.
I think Gen Alpha, I think all of it is to be, you know, yeah, you lost college, yeah, you lost high school because of the pandemic, and that's a terrible, tragic thing.
That's gotta suck.
It's gotta suck ass, but like, we have to move, we have to pick ourselves up, and like, we gotta grow better than that. But if our literacy rates, if our comprehension skills, if all of these things of like our youth as a society is like starting to crumble by the wayside, who can say that America is number one in fucking anything when we're not number one in anything?
I don't think we are, dude.
So it's really wild to like, and I'm genuinely so pro America, like the concept of America.
Well, I am too. It's our home, right? Like,
it's gotta be. You gotta protect where you live, but like it's a hard thing to defend right now.
Well, it's also like the idea of like living in a land like we're all, you know, all these it's the international land, right? And we're the ones that are the only ones doing it. It's a very hard thing to do. Like, everybody's acting like we're an easy nation to govern. We're the hardest, right? Because we're not
330
all
million people
we're not
with
all
different
French.
cultures.
We don't all come from the same wavelength. But you gotta have that nation on our planet, right? That like pushes social boundaries. Like, we're the ones pushing all this, you know, a lot of I would say social boundaries in the world. Like, it's us, and like, it was probably like France in like the 80s and 90s with like their fashion and their sexual exploitation.
Iran in the 70s.
Yeah.
Dude, there's just so much to learn from this world that like, it's some scary time. You're from the East Coast, right? Are you a Georgia boy, right?
Georgia. Yeah.
Hey, I remember that from last year.
Yeah.
That's a Georgia boy.
Well, Chicago's Midwest.
Chicago's Midwest. But I think, you know, being a Southern boy, you know, I'm sure that you have a lot of friends that you grew up with that may or may not be, you know, of the same political mindset that you're in, and that's got to be a hard conversation to either have, or to, you know, maybe it's something you don't want to bring up in front of people that, you know, you don't know as well as you used to. But I think it's really telling that like, we have to be the ones that are okay to have these kind of difficult conversations with each other of like, hey, we're sleepwalking into authoritarianism. I don't think it's happening. I think we're sprinting towards fascism. And it's like, if you're not brave enough to say that, I think that, yeah, you know, silence is violence, and you might become complicit in the act of it. And I'm not saying you gotta like shout at every single one of your friends and like say, hey, look at this meme, this is why you're wrong and I'm right. Like, that's clearly not working either. And I don't know what that middle ground is, but it is just fucking scary. Nikki Glaser was just on a podcast where, you know, Nikki Glaser, the comedian?
Yeah.
She's so funny, she's great.
Yeah, she's good.
And she was just saying that she had a friend, so this is secondhand of a secondhand story, but whatever, who just came back from Vancouver, where I'm going tomorrow.
Nice.
And they got stopped at the border. They asked, what do you do? Oh, I'm a comedian. Do you have any jokes about Trump? She said yes. They let her through, but they asked her. They said, okay, that's fine. But the fact that TSA, border agents, as you're coming into this country, are going to ask, do you have public opinions about our president? Like the whole point of America, the freedom of speech. It's like it's being able to have a right to say these things. There was a Turkish woman, fucking she went to Duke, I think, or she went to Tufts.
Yeah.
She put up a paper last year where she had pro-Palestinian sentiments in the paper. Wasn't even like the whole thing was about that, but she just reflected that as a thing. Got kidnapped by fucking ICE, by unarmed fucking unjacketed men.
Yeah.
Taken to Louisiana, 2,700 miles away, without any kind of due process. God knows, she's a foreign exchange student from Turkey, living in the Northeast, get brought down to the South, in I don't know where she's at. I don't know where that story ends, but I know that she got fucking disappeared, and the footage is chilling to watch. There's people recorded being like, "Why you're kidnapping this girl?" There are people being sent to El Salvadorian prison camps. Like, dude, I had a movie that I wrote and I directed and I starred in called Thoughts and Prayers.
That's a good title.
It's a breakup story set inside of a school shooting, and it's a dark comedy, and it's a heavy satire that utilizes the sound bites of Republican senators and congressmen, using their own words against them. As we're in this library for the whole film, and by the time they get to their designated safe space, there's a phone on the wall that literally feeds in thoughts and prayers. Yeah. So our lead actress is able to get protected by the shield of thoughts and prayers.
Oh, I like that.
So it's a great. Everybody should go watch it. It's available to watch on SirDannyFarber.com.
We're gonna put this little link right here. Kaboink, kaboink, kaboink, kaboink.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
But having, and I made that during the Biden era of things. And in a time where, I as a filmmaker, I'm like, this is my expression, and I think this is something that we need to talk about more.
Yeah.
And, the fact that I've gone on record, and I'm on record right now saying that, like, I don't fuck with this administration, like, that shouldn't be a scary, controversial thing, but, like, in and of itself is a scary, controversial thing, because we're in a place in time where, like, we need to continue to check in on our government, check in with each other and on ourselves, and fucking vote. Votesave.org. You know what I mean?
Boink, boink, boink, boink.
All the things. That's the least you could do. Local elections, national elections. That's my soapbox for that topic.
And that's Danny's soapbox.
That's a wrap on Danny's soapbox.
No, but I feel you, man. Like, things are so politically charged now. It is so hard to, like, navigate what's going on. At least that's how I feel. It's such I feel like my head's below water a little bit. It's like so hard to navigate.
Sure. What's
real, what's not real. I feel like I've said this before. Like, dude, I feel like we weirdly live in, like, the age of deception. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't know what's real. I don't know what we're supposed to think. I don't know if we're being brainwashed, right? So for me, it sucks to say, but no, it doesn't suck to say. Like, I don't feel like I need to, like, put all of my time and energy and attention into what the fuck they're selling, because I feel like what they're selling is fear, and I can't.
Yeah.
And I won't succumb to it.
Sure.
That's why I also think, like, getting a breath of fresh air and getting outside the American bubble is, like, paramount.
Sure.
You really do feel a detox when you're outside the American bubble. We're not the center of the fucking universe.
Sure.
Not all of our problems are happening. Everybody's living, like, really cool lives elsewhere, and that's what I want to be, like, a proponent of, like, just the fucking light in this, like this darkness that feels like it's shrouding us. Because I don't feel like it is. Like, if you go back through history, they're always pushing fear in some way. There's always a world war around the corner. There's always a bomb about to drop on us. There's always a fucking virus, right? And, like, I think we gotta get so above it. I feel like we're gonna win the day when all this, noise isn't at the forefront of our mind. I feel like we're higher beings, and I feel like this fear is put upon us to, like, keep us in our primal energy and divide us and all this other stuff, I'm not buying.
I think it's really cool, man, and I think that you have an opportunity. You have a platform. You, like, have a voice, and
that's, like, what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sell love, imagination, like, fantasy. Like, that's why we gotta, like, see the world, show the world, and, like, just be positive and optimistic. Like, because what's the other option is to let our minds, like, rattle about this all day and night. Then it's like, then they've won. Then we're not accessing, like, our deeper selves, and that's why art's a great place to express, but also, like, advance beyond, like, our current society and, like, and thought patterns. I know that we need to, like, have agendas and give good messages, but that's why I watch so much animation, dog.
Do you?
Yeah, lots of animation, because it puts us in the imagination, literally, and, like, fantastical, and, like, And also, like, this is another side thing, but dude, you probably get this too. I know David Fincher type of shit does. Brad Pitt is like, I hate watching movies with David Fincher. It's like watching like somebody like on a sports event. He's like, no. He's like, why'd they fucking cut their? Why did they go to the line? What? Ooh, Dolly Cushion, that's nice. Why are they close to the close-up? Why are they gonna cut? So anyways, I find myself doing that when I watch live action. Like, I'm like a play-by-play like athlete watching this shit. I'm like, terrible line, terrible. Wasn't that
bad delivery.
If you
bad
said
delivery.
Instead of if.
Yeah.
It's like I'm doing this shit, but with animation, I drop it and I get to like lock in on my my fantasy more, my imagination more. Unless it's very good fucking live action movie, like I find myself analyzing more and not like feeling more. I totally
connect. That's really funny. I remember when I was in film school and I would come home and I'd like be with my family like on school breaks or whatever. And the first couple times I'd watch movies with people outside of my film program, my family specifically, because they're just so not connected to the industry at all, that they would get so fucking bothered. But for me, it was breaking open my mind of like, that's okay. So interesting. So I've learned these things and I've started to try these things on like small indie student film sets of whatever, and like my over the shoulder shots and my big wide crane shots or VO and how to utilize light and all these things. And it would take the fun and the enjoyment out of watching a thing because I'd constantly be analyzing it.
The veil got pulled, right?
We saw the
wizard behind the curtain, dude.
But it was so exciting.
It's exciting because that's our industry, and we get to be like, oh, how'd they get that shot?
And how do they do that thing? And then I remember actively making a decision because I would before Letterboxd was a thing, in my notes app, I would score every movie, write a whole thing, and it became a chore and it became so exhausting. And I was like, this actually kind of blows. This isn't. I'm not watching. I'm analyzing, and it took that fun out of it. And for the most part, I'm better now. I can sit and just like enjoy a program. But I recently put out my first EP. I started making music.
Oh, nice.
And I linked that shit right fucking there, motherfucker. Yeah.
Wait, can you plug it? What's the album? What's the EP?
It's called Hope to See You There.
Hope to See You There.
5 songs. It's 11 minutes of time. And I'm not going to say I'm a great singer. I'm not going to say I'm a great songwriter, but I really enjoyed making these songs, and it was a ton of fun.
Dude, I got to fly to Italy. I'm listening to that.
It's 11 minutes.
At the gate, 11 minutes.
It's fun. It's great. Windows down kind of vibe. It's bouncy. It's Americana. But a lot of that came from so much of my brain space was occupied by my day job. I'm so fortunate is I make TV for a living. Yeah. And so I wanted a thing that I can still enjoy. And I've been playing guitar since I was like 15 or whatever. And I was able to find value in ways of expressing myself artistically outside of film and TV, and have another passion that I could explore without having to be so analytical about it. And so as I started working with an engineer and a producer, the man who actually taught me how to play bass when I was 14, his name is Russell Mark. You get Russell Mark Music.
Russell Mark, shout out.
Shout out, Russell. Love Russell. He was a counselor at my overnight camp years ago. And now he lives in Pasadena, and I was like, Russell, I got a couple of these songs. Can we make an EP?
Can we fucking jam?
And it took a year to make this thing, and it's great, and it's so fun.
Oh, nice.
But I started learning music production in the process of just like recording it. Yeah. And I had to stop, and I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want. Nice. I want to enjoy music and enjoy music. I want to stay in my creative because I've
ruined.
Let
the professionals do their shit. Everybody stay in their lane.
Let me be a little talent on this thing, and I can just have fun and riff and do whatever.
Y'all fucking figure it out. I'm just gonna give you vision and sound.
Exactly right. Yeah. And that was because I've unfortunately ruined movies and television and commercials and music videos for myself because I act and I direct and I produce and I'm constantly thinking.
So it's like
exactly. So for this music side journey, it's been really fun to like just be creative. Yeah. And I don't know how you do about this, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I used to, when I'd have a big audition, I would, especially during Zoom, I had a director session for the new Paranormal Activity movie. Yeah. It was the furthest I've ever gone with a big studio film. It was, audition, callback, director session. And they were all, it was sick. It was, oh my God. I was so fucking close to this thing. Whatever.
Wait, Paranormal Activity.
6. I'd already came out. It was whatever. I didn't get it.
Did it do well?
I have no idea. I didn't get it. Fuck it. But
you're like, fuck them. I'm not giving them
no.
money.
I'm sure it was fine. But I just was like, oh, I missed it. Whatever. But before that director session, I took the guitar off my wall and I started strumming really badly. And I started playing chords out of tune, and I started just like modulating, vocalizing shitty. And I would do this with auditions sometimes, where I was like, let me fail creatively here. So that way, when I need the camera to be rolling, I could be fucking on it. I've already failed once creatively today, and I have a time now to do this thing right professionally. And it actually would really, really work where like I gave myself this creative outlet where there was no stakes and I didn't want to do well. And then you play bad enough long enough, it starts to become like a little bit better and you're like, I'm actually kind of fun at this thing. But do you have any like audition like stressors that you would do before like any big stuff like that you, I don't know, what do you do before audition?
No, dude, that's amazing that you said that. And Rick Rubin mentions that a lot in his book. You gotta have something that, if we're creatives and we're doing it, like being a creative for like a career, right? You need to find those side ventures where you can,
that's
like,
cool.
you can creatively riff without expectation.
Yeah.
Like you just fuck it up, you throw it against the wall, see what.
It doesn't matter.
You're just fucking.
Just throwing a thing. Just here's a creative side of me that doesn't matter, which is fun.
You're just like no stakes.
Yeah.
Go for it. You invite play with that shit and failure. But what do? I mean, I usually just like.
When was your last audition? Let's be real. When was the last time you auditioned?
Well, no, I was gonna say because you were talking about auditions and shit. I'm pumped because you posted this on your story. You were like first in person since before COVID.
It was an equity audition for a play.
Nice.
Yesterday. It was in person. It was a whole thing. Man, I don't know. It was fine. It was funny.
You said for 5 years, so 5 years you haven't been in person.
I've auditioned in person for commercials.
See, I haven't either. I mean, I haven't either. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm talking about with the industry. Like. They turned to Zoom after COVID, and they haven't flipped back. They haven't gone back because it's resourcing wise. It's like why get a space for a whole day for actors to come in.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it. I don't want to.
Yeah, I dig a self tape too. Like it was interesting going in, but like, dude, getting there, finding parking, having to remove my car in a waiting room, and I did it
3 hours.
I did one monologue. I had to prepare a monologue in so long, and they were like,
you feel like you were kind of shaking the rust off.
I started in a sentence, and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna restart that real quick, and they were like, okay, and I just. And I didn't Johnny Drama. I wasn't. It wasn't that, but it was a little bit. It was a little bit.
You should have.
I should have.
Set the tone.
I know. I did it once.
This is who you're getting.
It was good, and then
the bear in the room.
And they didn't ask me to do it again. And being a director, I was like, nah, all right, fair enough, not bad. You know, like if they're not, there's something that either they want to keep you in the room and work with you more, or they don't. And this. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
And I was like,
see, that's the shit that I don't need. Like,
I know. It's like at this point, just do it over Zoom. What are we doing?
I know. No, exactly. You get your lumbar score there.
Dude, okay, is this gonna fuck up your continuity? I don't care. There it is. It's getting hot and sweaty back there. Ooh.
Getting hot and sweaty back there. No, but I had one. I was excited. I think was I telling you answering? I was like, should I go? Because they gave me the option. They were like, you want to? It's for a USA show.
Well, that's network TV. Do it in person, or did you do self tape?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I said that to Rang, and immediately he was like, and also I knew immediately too, because I knew that I needed to go do it because I got the email and it said everything. It was like, and we're having in-person audition, but if you need to Zoom, let us know. And whatever, network USA. I looked up the show. I think it's season 2 of something. Looks fucking sick.
What's it called?
I forget. It's
okay.
It's literally like a cooler vertical, but obviously like horizontal. Like we're actually flying in on helicopters and getting off. Like I was like, this is like hella.
It's legit.
And I think there's some bigger actors on it. So anyways, and I knew that it was like I needed to go in because I'm reading the email like standing up at the fucking kitchen counter, and my palms started getting a little bit sweaty.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I got to go towards the nerves.
Yeah.
Because I was seeing myself going
in.
through it already. I was like, oh yeah, so I gotta go in there. All right, yeah. And I started looking up. I was like, all right, it's in Culver City, Studio City. I forget. I was like, yeah, okay, so go in there. There's gonna be motherfuckers that look like you again. Yep. Like just put myself in the headspace of like getting in the room again, hearing them do it, walk in, hey guys, how you doing? Like just walking myself through it like visually.
Sure.
And I started getting sweaty, and I was like, okay, I need to do this. But anyways, I asked Serena the next day. He was like, no, you go. He's like, go. That's why we do this. Like, go win them. Go let them feel your energy. And it was exciting.
Did you have it? Did you already have it?
So I went there, did fucking 5 pages. And they even said, they were like, I know it's short notice, but no need to be off book. But I'm like, the more off book, I'm gonna be like,
more comfortable I am.
I'm gonna be more free. Yeah. So anyways, I got what I was going in there, and I was like, I think we're all right, and we could have the page in the hand. I hadn't done that in fucking years,
forever,
because that's a whole technique and skill on it. So
have page.
Picking up the line, but staying with you, like this and that, like not dropping the connection.
Sure.
And so anyways, I was like, we go see how it go, baby. We go in there loose and just fucking go for it. And it went.
Nice.
Did it twice for them.
Nice.
And they just gave me a call back. I'm going in tomorrow.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go chemistry read.
Come on,
Yeah,
kid.
I'm doing chemistry read with the girl.
Okay.
I'm a little bit like shit because not shit, but I already have a vertical in the space. Some of the time.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's gonna work itself
I'm gonna
out.
go in. I'm gonna fucking
gonna work
crush
itself
because
out.
I'm gonna let the universe do its thing.
It's gonna work itself out.
If I fucking get it, it's all good. They're not gonna fucking
It'll figure something out. It'll figure it out.
Yeah, and
don't
then-
even. The job is the callback. That's the whole job. That's the break. The job is the audition. The actually doing the thing is the cherry on top. But this is the job is making an impression on producers in this room right now. Don't worry about your scheduling. Don't worry about anything else. Like that'll figure itself out if and when it needs to. But like the callback is huge, man. Congratulations. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. No, I'm excited, and it's mostly because I got fucking just horny and revved up in the room again. I was like, dude, I feel like we're back in acting school.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm ready for a fucking another. And she's like, can you do it like this and like that? I'm like,
whatever you want.
I can make you fucking. I can do anything.
Well, that's also the great thing.
I can do a rainbow right now. This whole room about to be on a rainbow, baby. You tell me when.
If we're not treating these verticals like boot camp, we're doing it wrong. Like this is the time to get fresh.
Exactly.
Keep it warm.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
To get better.
This is you get an opportunity. 12 and a half pages today. All right. Well, now this is your chance to do that.
Dive in.
So I remember my last TV role that I got was for Paramount Plus for 1923. Which is one of the Yellowstone spinoffs.
Series,
great, and I'm so happy to be part of the Taylor Sheridan universe and like have.
Wait. So sorry, say that again. You got a role.
I booked a role in the season 1 finale. Let's go.
What were you doing in it?
I'm a deckhand, but I'm in like so. I'll tell the whole story in it. So it was my third TV co-star.
Nice.
That's how they tier it, right?
Those are big.
Co-stars are great.
Start racking those up.
Yeah, a couple co-stars in there, a couple commercials, a couple features, whatever. So this was. I remember the audition was a self-tape. It was one line on a thing that I forgot about. 4 weeks later, they're like,
of course, you're like one line.
One line.
Did they tell you that it was 1923, or they did a rogue name?
They gave some kind of rogue name for it.
So you didn't know.
I had no idea. I don't even remember the audition until
That's actually better that you didn't know.
And I save all my self-tapes. So I'm like, okay, so that I can go back and look at the thing. Oh, that's what that was. So then the callback was, hey, we're consolidating a bunch of these like one-off deckhand lines to be out of, it was like 12 different characters. We're going to make it 3 different characters. Yeah. So we're going to give everybody a couple scenes kind of thing. So it's like, okay, so let's do a couple more scenes. And in it, I needed to have a British accent.
Yeah,
I've done British on TV. I've done Southern on TV. I clearly speak with this Midwestern, whatever. So I was like, okay. So I called a couple British friends, and I remember it was there's a duel on the bow. There's a duel on the bow, right? So that's one of the lines. There's a duel on the bow. But out of my British friends, they kept saying jewel. There's a jewel on the bow. There's a jewel on the bow. J for their D, right? There's a duel. There's a jewel on the bow. So jewel. Great, got it. Jewel. Do the callback. It was all self-tape still. There's a jewel on the bow. Forget about it. Whatever. 2 months later, I get a call from my agent. Good news.
Good news.
Booked a thing.
Let's go.
Let's go. Do you have a passport? And I was like, yeah. What? We're going to Malta. And I was like, for this co-star?
Malta, Spain, right?
Malta. I have no idea. It's near Italy and Greece. Yeah. It's like in that part of the world.
Yeah. Spain, right?
It's in Spain?
Yeah, it's like an
I thought
island
it's in the
Spain.
sea.
Well, yeah, island off.
It's an island off of Spain?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sick.
Shout out.
So keep going.
So they're like, okay, here's the thing. And I was like, oh my God, for 3 lines and it's whatever.
You're like, yeah, cool. Baby, I'll take first class as well.
Yeah, whatever. So then that was like on a Friday, whatever. On that Monday, I get a call from my agent. They're like, good news, bad news. You still got the part.
Okay.
It's shooting in Long Beach.
Oh, dude.
I was like,
they just fucking tickled me for no reason.
Fair enough.
You're like, y'all blue balled me, y'all.
But the good news is we're going to expand the role, so it's not just this one 3-line scene.
Good.
It was great. So I'm in Long Beach. We're shooting at the Queen Mary, which is like, for those that don't know,
boat, right?
that gigantic ship akin to the Titanic, right? It's like, it's huge, right? And it's live and it's real. And so I remember it was like an 8 a.m. call, and I was in my shitty little trailer till 6 p.m. 8 a.m. call. I'm there. I'm in my trailer.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. They still haven't used me. They still haven't done anything. And I did, dude. And I had maybe 4 scenes in the full episode. So this is my first time there. This is everybody's 10th month doing it. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows each other really well. And there's a jewel on the bow. There's a jewel on the bow. There's a jewel on the bow. I'm going through my thing, and I got to run through.
On the bow.
Yeah.
All the ways.
There's a couple other lines, but I just remember that was the thing. And I locked in that was what got me on the callback. So got to do it right. Do it 1,000 different ways. So 6 p.m. comes around, knock. we're ready for you.
Oh, hold on.
No. Johnny Drama. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna get the nerves out.
No.
Totally. So you get out there at 6:45.
Yeah. One second. Actually,
Jewel in the bow guy's jeweling his bow.
I need 10 hours right now. Do you mind giving me 10 hours? Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.
So I walk up to this behemoth of a ship. Thing's gigantic, and I'm just a little teeny tiny little boy. And this is 2 years ago, so I'm like full grown man. I was way heheavier than I am now.
Nice. Okay.
No, I was sad and depressed and going through.
It's for the role. You got husky for the deckhand.
Sure. I get up to the thing, super narrow corridors because it's an actual it was a ship, so it's not like a stage. A crew of 150, 200 people. It's a big union show.
Fuck?
It's a $300 million production. You know, it was the biggest thing I've ever done, right? And, it's a small role in a big show. Which always, you'll take what you can get. So we're there, $300 million production, big old boat, 150 crew. I don't know anybody, right? Because I'm just a day player. I'm just on the thing. And I get to the thing, and they show me the blocking, and da-da-da-da. The first AD is super cool. I used to AD a bunch. I've already been acting and directing, so I know it.
You got the lingo down.
Thank God I know how a set works. This is 2023, so, I know shit. I've been around, right?
Yeah.
And I remember the AC was talking about a thing with whatever, and I was like, "What lens are you on?" He goes, 50 mil. I go, okay, cool. So I only need
50 mil.
this little move to this little move, whatever. I got all the technical part of it.
Bearings down.
Do the take first line. So there's a jewel on the bow. Great, cool, get the thing. Cut, great. Walk over. It's kind of silence. Director comes out. Ben Richardson, who directs all these episodes. He also shoots it. He's a great DP. He goes, "Hey mate. Yeah, so there's a duel on the bow, not jewel on the bow." And I was like, "Oh, he's actually British."
Yeah.
Oh no, and he's giving me a note on the accent. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I'm about to get fired. Oh yeah, sure, duel. Yeah, sorry.
My tongue.
My bad. I couldn't.
Let's go for another one.
So we do another one, and it was great. And I remember making the AC. I gave some little facial moment, and I made the AC laugh, and the camera operator goes, "That one's gonna make it in the cut." And I was like, "Oh, I made the cut. I'm gonna make they like the thing."
Yeah.
And then they move on, and it was great. And at the end of that day, they bumped me from a daily to a weekly contract.
Oh, sick.
So I said really brazenly, and I probably shouldn't have, whatever, but I knew that they're 10 hours into their day. As fast as I can go through my shit, so that way this crew that's already exhausted I don't want to be a problem. I want to just get my shit and go and make sure everybody's life is easy and everybody can go home to their families, whatever. So we burned through it, and I was like, I just wanted to do a great job. And they wrap within 45 minutes of me hopping on set. We got through all 3 scenes super fast.
Oh my God.
It was great. I think everybody really liked the energy of how we can go in and break, whatever. And I say to the first AD and the director, and I go, "You got me in a weekly, so I'm happy to be background or whatever you need. I'm happy to come back every day if you need." And sure enough, they brought me in every day, and I got another scene with the lead of the show,
nice.
Julia Schlepfer, who every day she's like, "Hey Danny, how you doing?" Da da da. So she's number 1 on the call sheet on this gigantic, project. She doesn't have to know my name. She doesn't have to do whatever, but she was so fucking cool. The Brandon Sklar, who's just in that new Blake Lively movie that got all that bad press. He's had a great career, and him and I are chain smoking cigarettes between set. It was a real Hollywood production.
Yeah.
And it was so much imposter syndrome until I was like, no, I deserve to be here. I got the role. It's just I have a couple lines here and a couple lines here, and I'm just in the background for a couple other things. But I'm a part of this universe, and I'm a part of this space, and I can hold my own against these people as it's happening. And it felt so gratifying. And I booked off of a self-tape, and I didn't have to go in the room about it.
Yeah.
And it was about taking the note and taking the adjustment from and I'm never gonna say to the director, "Oh, I'm also a director." He doesn't fucking want to hear that.
No, there's no need.
There's no need. He's doing his thing.
Just be on your P's and Q's.
Just
and
show
let them
up
be
and
like, this guy's on it.
This is my job in the moment, is to be an actor. So just be the actor. Don't do. And a lot of times, as I'm directing, and I have actors come up to me, I don't hate the fact that sometimes somebody's like, "Oh, I also direct." Part of me is like, okay, so are you saying that because you would do this differently? And because then I get insecure about that.
It's like, so then what are you really saying?
Exactly.
It's like, hey, I'm a director too, so this and that. I'm like, so you want to do it? Anyways.
Anyways, but I think it's funny too, because sometimes I'll have most of my script supervisors, as I'm directing, also direct.
Yeah.
So, and I'll know that just conversationally as we're, long days on set and whatever, and I'll turn to them sometimes, and often I'll be like, "Would you have blocked that differently?" And they'll either say yes or no. Most of the time it's like, "No, that's pretty good." And I'm like, "Cool." But also it's I like having, somebody else who's behind camera, who's Oh, that is a really good idea. Like my 2 rules on set my 2 biggest phrases, and I don't know if you remember me ever saying this, but it's the best idea wins.
Yeah.
I would like for that to come from me because my, one idea is contingent on like 12 other ideas. Like if we change this, then I got to change all these other things that I have kind of worked out. But best idea wins. Could come from anybody. It can come from a grip, a PA, an actor, a director, producer, client, whatever. Best, if that makes the most sense for this moment, I might fight you on it if it's gonna fuck up all my other shit, but if it's the best, I'm happy to do it. And then the second thing is like, yeah, looks great, let's shoot.
Yeah.
LGLS, baby, looks great, let's shoot.
Let's shoot it.
If it's especially for these verticals,
Always rolling.
ABS, always be rolling. ABT, always be tweaking. Like always, but if it looks good enough, let's shoot it. Yeah. Because we have so many other things to get through in a day. If you want another take for performance, I'm happy to give it to you. But if I think it works, it looks great. Let's shoot. Lighting wise, we could tweak forever all day. We're gonna watch it on your phone. It looks good enough. It looks good. It looks good enough is good. Looks great. We gotta shoot because I have another 9.5 pages to do today, and I can either be super quick about it or super specific about it, and I'd rather just get it on camera. And then Spielberg had that thing with Matt Damon on Saving Private Ryan.
We can do another one. He's like, I can get 15% better out of this take, or I can go get another shot. I'm gonna get another shot.
That's exactly right.
And it's
exactly
until
right.
you're like experienced in it, then it's like, and also when you've done those movies, you're like, oh, we should have just got another shot. Of course, and he's completely right.
I just want another angle on the thing. Let me get it from somewhere. That was good enough. I'm only gonna use that second once. So like, let me get this again from a different and then get my production value up, and I can cut around your performance if you didn't like the thing. I can show more of the space, and now the producers are happy because I'm putting everything that they're paying for on camera. I can get in tighter so the client's happy, so I can be more connected with you emotionality. For me as a director, I like varied shots, so that way it's just higher production value.
That's literally what he did in his masterful mind. He goes, there's 30% more value of another shot than your 15% better performance in this current shot here. We got to move.
Yeah, I love that.
And he's probably my favorite director. And dude, to go back to what you were saying about you feeling like you're on this bigger set and you were like, oh, I belong here. It's true, man. We're all doing the same thing. There's just it's just higher stakes and higher production, but it's not even higher stakes. It's just do the thing. You just got to keep it simple when you're in these big machines.
Exactly
dude,
right.
I'm just gonna what can I control right now? What should be my focus? It's what I am supposed to do in this goddamn scene. You know all your bearings, then you leave it at the door. You're done. I'm gonna hit that, and all I'm trying to think about is I'm looking at this dude, and he's just a fucking dude, and I need to give him some whatever, a letter or some
whatever the thing is,
because it is a little bit daunting when you get on set with these bigger actors. It's hard to strip them down and be like, no, this is just the butcher to me.
Right.
This isn't fucking Daniel Craig or whatever. This is he's just the butcher, and I'm the guy that's giving him information, and I wouldn't look at him in any other way. There
was a father character on the 1923 scene or episode who we were sitting at the chairs and chatting on day 3 of 5 or whatever it was. And he had been nominated for an Oscar, Best Supporting Actor in 1991. You don't know, he's not a name that you would know. He's not necessarily even a face you might recognize. Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. But it was such a humbling experience to be all right, he's a guest star on the show. He's not going to make the poster. He's not going to do press. He's not going to do whatever. This man was nominated for the highest caliber of acting awards, which that is whatever in and of itself. But he was nominated for an Oscar, 25 years ago, maybe 30 years ago at this point. And he's still out here plugging, and he's still out here doing the thing. And he's kind, and he was cordial, and he was able to get into the scene and be all shaky and all sad, and then he fall out of it. And then all shaky and all sad. And on a job that big, it was 9 different cameras, and you never know where any of them are. Sometimes you do, but on this, there's a couple scenes where I was I don't know where fucking anything is.
Where's the 4th angle they're talking about?
Exactly.
And you're son of a bitch, why are you guys getting
the toilet cam?
Guys, are you sure we want to do the taint angle?
Yeah. Well, they'd be on boats that were 45 yards off of the ship, and they'd be shooting us on these 400 millimeter lenses, and you're and it was so cool to watch that guy work, because I was he's not in it for the fame. He's in it because he gets nominated because he's great. And there's something about constantly being in it. And that actress, Julia Schlepper, who I hope I'm saying her name right, she was a lead from The Thing. Dude, she was barefoot in a nightgown, and it's chilly, we're on the ocean for 4 hours screaming, "I'll meet you in Bozeman, Montana." Great, one more time. "I'll meet you in Bozeman, Montana." Great, one more time. Bozeman. Great, one more time. Like, she never fucking she brought it, and she was exhausted and she was crying, whatever, but like, that's the job. And I say this, I had a conversation with the lead actress on a vertical, I'll remain nameless, but she's really lovely, she's really great, but I had to explain to her offset, where I was like, your job as number one on a call sheet here, it's like, it doesn't stop after cut. It's not between rolling and cut. It's from the time you get on set to the time you leave set. You're on as number one in the call sheet. Our day is predicated on you having a good experience. If you have a bad experience, it's going to make everybody else on edge, and it's going to be a whole thing also. So like, yes, it's incredibly important to be between action and cut. That's when you're working, but you're on the whole time, and you're acting. You're playing this part of number one on call sheet the whole day. And I think it's an incredible responsibility that I've seen some people struggle with, and I've seen some people totally get. And like, I'm really excited to see their careers move in and out of verticals and onto other things as well, because it's just a capacity that you have to hold for everything, where you're dictating the vibe. As much as the director is dictating the vibe, it's the lead actors that are dictating the vibe, and it's the producers that dictate. It's all vibe centric. And when you're there for 12 hours, it's like, this is either going to be great, or this is going to be complicated, or this is going to be hard. And like, somebody like Julia on 1923 she knew day players' names, man. She didn't have to know that. She was cool. It was a cool vibe for sure.
You gotta love when you hear those type of stories about people, because you'd rather hear those than like somebody was a stink on set, or like being mischievous or whatever. So yeah, that's amazing for her, and that goes to what, like, it reminds me of, like, Chris Pine said it really nicely, where she was given it every time, right? And obviously, like, the circumstances could be hard, it could have been cold or whatever, but he was like, look, you have to fucking give it every time, because there's not a little asterisk that comes up in the movie theater that says, oh yeah, we were overtime 16 hours and it was 4 a.m. And this is my third cup of coffee, and also they just told me they just gave me this monologue to break
also
down
my cat just died in the whole thing.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
If it has to like land on screen, because that's what we're fucking selling here.
Yep.
And as much as you can complain or bring bad energy, or we are overtime fucking 8 hours, like,
they'll never know.
They're going to know because it's on your face. So you gotta pull it together, and that's what professionals fucking do.
Dude, I just read. Have you seen Sinners?
Yeah, great.
So
Loved it. We both loved it.
Dude, great movie. Haley Steinfeld just had a quote about Michael B. Jordan, where it was like, she was like, he's in these really heavy period costumes, like thick suits, in the dead of summer, you know, and they're shooting in the South and whatever. And he was a awesome number one, where he was able to just be cool, be cordial, not complain about the heat or whatever, just kind of be still and find like, and that it resonates to everybody else around you, where it's like, if you're not going to complain, fine. Then I think she said that they complained about like the mosquitoes or the insects or whatever. Yeah. Because if you need to let steam out somewhere, but like, it's not going to be against costumes, who's putting in these costumes. It's not going to be against your director who's putting in these costumes. Like, that's the job, is like, as a true number one, you have to know that like, the thing that nobody can control, yeah, we could ban against that. That's cool. Yeah, fuck those mosquitoes.
They're on 100, right?
Exactly. But you're not going to complain about the costume and the wardrobe, because that's going to make everybody else feel like,
it puts people in a bad headspace, and like, you can't get their best work out of them if everybody's on edge.
And that was very cool of Michael B. Jordan to like, and Haley Steinfeld too, to like pick up on that, and for them to kind of, and that's, I think, why they're at where they're at in their careers, because they hold that capacity of being incredibly talented and kind and great to work with, and that's everything.
That's how you keep working. That's why you have that collaboration with him and Ryan Coogler. That's probably why he's so cool, calm, and collected too, because they've been in the trenches together, and it's easier like that. But yeah, like you said, that's why that Michael B. Jordan keeps working, and probably countless other people, and that's why you get some people that don't work, like that come on this fucking set and they trash it, and it's like, you don't want to work with those fucking people. There's too many, like we were saying earlier, there's too many talented people putting all their collective energy and vision into this thing, and to get one bad egg, especially like you said, there's responsibility when it comes to like your number one on the call sheet. I do agree with you with like, you need to come with a certain amount of like energy and good positive like nature to like make sure everything goes well. But it does depend on like the role though. Like, you can't count on the number one to like come out and be the rah cheerleader, because number one, not everybody is that person. Number two, not every role, you can't have a capacity for that. Like, if I'm playing a fucking character type shit, like Daniel Day-Lewis's role, Sam Rockwell role, you know what I'm saying? You don't want me to rah because I'm the fucking Joker, or I'm like whatever, like Clockwork Orange. You can't expect those guys to like come on set, because also on those big sets you don't need like the number one. You're not gonna see them. They just fucking fly in from their trailer. Their fucking assistants right beside them. They're like, "There's your mark, sir," and like there's already been stand-ins. So they just come in. That's just like director, actor. Then the actor goes and gets the fuck out of there because he's got to stay in a mode. So, anyways, it depends on.
I understand that.
production.
You absolutely can't. I totally understand how people do that.
Like, yes, the number one needs to come in with good attitude.
But I think you can also be Heath Ledger and be the Joker and still be, like, not. People don't have to tense up, just because you're.
I think I'm with you, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I know that not every you can't call that out for everybody. Like Joaquin Phoenix ain't gonna be that guy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you just gotta know who you're working with.
That's exactly
why our
right.
industry is great too.
Yeah.
Because you're not working with A1s every time, or like not everybody's the same. So
Sure.
like, it's like, who is this person? Can I count on them, like Michael B. Jordan, to like keep up the energy with me as a director?
Sure.
Or am I working with like a fucking chameleon that needs to like be in the fucking
in the thing and
hot,
be in the
high,
zone?
and then come in because he's like Cillian Murphy. Like, he's probably like a guy that's like, he's good natured, but he's not going to be like, all right guys, today's going to be a good set. Like,
he doesn't have to be cheerleader.
that's on the
which is-
director and the AD and shit.
That's fair.
So it depends on
I
production.
think I don't disagree, but I will say
Well, I
that.
agree and disagree. I'm
Right.
just like, it just depends on script and character,
Yeah.
and also just person. Me, when we team up on big shit and that, it's like, Jay, like, I need you, like, because that's my personality though.
That's your personality.
But also, it's most of my roles so far.
That's
but
true.
if you get me in some shit where I got to play, like Dallas Buyers Club, I got to play Jay Leto's character. I'm like a transvestite, like meek woman. Like, you can't count on Jared to come out. It's
Right.
like
You got to do that.
You don't even call me Jared. I would just do what they did. Like, supposedly Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto like never met until the movie was done. They met
really?
as what were the character names? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
They met as the two characters.
Cool.
And they just wrote it out.
That's cool.
That's what I'm saying too. So.
That's I was first ADing a film with David Smallshin, that's what he looks like. He's great. David, he's and this is before I think he was right between Ant-Man 1 and Ant-Man 2. So I remember.
Wait, is this the director or an actor?
He's an actor. He's a character actor who's like the last 10 years his career's popped off and it's been so cool to watch him do. It was a movie called Teacher with Kevin Pollak and David Smallshin, and I was the first AD and I was like 23 in Chicago. It was cool. It was a cool vibe.
Nice.
And it was my first. It was the last feature I AD'd, and it was like my first $1 million project that I was, that high up in. And David was really cool because like when you see this guy, you're like, oh yeah, that guy from The Thing. He is such a grounded actor, and he had a thing one time that was so great because I remember we're shooting this scene in a basement where he's got to be on a computer or whatever, and I had asked, I was like, do you want me to clear out people like for your eyeline and stuff? And he was like, man, when you've done this as long as I have, you've been in a theater.
Look at a guy's crotch and give a performance.
But also when you're crying on stage for a theater of 8 people and somebody's texting right next to you, it's like eyeline doesn't fucking matter. It's like you're either you're in it or not.
My
and
imagination bubble's too strong.
And he was your imagination bubble's too strong. That's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah, it's like I'm
in it. I'm locked in.
Like, this is just the room.
And he was
Everything fades away.
and it was an indie film, and he was so cool about it. And then at the end, I remember he gave everybody like personalized like notes for everybody in the crew,
nice.
and it was like such a nice touch. And that was number one who I think that he did a really good job doing that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it goes with personality and like experience. Like what we didn't really say. It goes personality, experience, and it kind of line up with the script.
Yeah.
Like the character.
Yeah.
I think you get me in 21 Jump Street. I'm Channing Tatum. Like I'm rah rah every day.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we
yeah.
said, if I'm Anton, I think his character's name is right. Rayon.
Rayon.
Yeah,
Rayon.
he got an
Yeah.
Oscar for that.
He did.
He did.
Yeah, or he got nominated. No, McConaughey got the Oscar.
did
I don't know.
that
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
He beat out Leo in Wolf of Wall Street that year, which rightfully so.
No, I think Leto got.
Leto got
He
one
also
too.
won for that.
Because when
He should have as well. That's probably his best role for me.
Sure.
He fucking crushed it. So
Hold for sound.
When he's in a
No.
scene with in Blade Runner 2049, and it's him, Gosling, and
what's his name? Fucking Harrison Ford.
Only
Harrison
one of
Ford.
those guys was an Oscar winner.
Really?
Only one.
Jared Leto.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah,
Over
no,
Harrison
but-
Ford too? It's funny.
That's true. I mean,
That's
Harrison
wild.
Ford's never done an Oscar movie. It's always just action blockbusters, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, Han Solo. He's
He's
fucking
also down
chasing after
there.
his wife in that one movie. Where's my wife?
The Fugitive.
Yeah, The Fugitive.
Great
like,
movie. Chicago movie.
No, they're all great, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
not
yeah.
Oscar
Yeah.
films. I mean, Ryan Gosling, he probably could have done something for maybe like Beyond the Pines, Drive.
Oh, Beyond the Pines, great
Beyond
movie.
the Pines is great, but I think
movie.
it's not his movie exactly.
The story structure.
I love that story structure.
Oh man,
I love Pace It's slept on too. People
that is
forget
cool,
about that
and it just shifts every third act.
Yeah.
Every
It's
act
kinda
is
like
like
Moonlight.
Moonlight
Moonlight
does that too,
Yeah.
dude. Moonlight. Can we talk about Moonlight for a hot second?
I'm right here.
Barry Jenkins.
I'm right here, brother. I got a big desk.
I've been
I'm
here.
ready to hang out.
Yeah.
I got a camera.
This is going to be the most wandering podcast in the history of podcasts.
how it goes,
I
man.
think.
You gotta let the Jaguar out.
Dude,
once
what
in
the
a while.
fuck was that? That was
I
crazy.
got that at Chichen Itza as a Jaguar call to keep him away.
That's very cool.
So that goes to say new topic.
new topic. Yeah. New topic.
We got the spade fucking bell.
So Barry Jenkins, who wrote, he directed Moonlight. I think he wrote it too. Maybe he didn't write it, but
maybe.
Thanks, Isaac. Appreciate you.
Did he write that one?
He went to DePaul though. He's an alumni at the college that I went to in Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was
Alum
alum connection.
Gotta love when an alum kicks some ass.
Dude, it was, and the DePaul Theater School is like nationally ranked, and it's really, really great, and they have a great program. He wrote and directed Moonlight. Barry Jenkins casted Ashton Sanders. So as the middle-aged out of the three kids,
Right.
Ashton was the middle-aged.
That was my favorite part. Yeah.
It was dude, it's so. I don't think you'd mind me telling this story. So Ashton and I went to DePaul together. We're the same age. We went to DePaul the same
class.
year. Same class. I was in the film program. Ashton was in the theater program. Joe Keery from Stranger Things, who's Steve Harrington, who now has that song Joe.
That great song, Chicago.
Dude, back in Chicago, I feel it. So he also went to DePaul. He was 2 years older than us. So I remember going to a couple different New Year's parties with Joe Keery, like after Stranger Things, but before like all of this music stuff. But he was already in bands and Post Animal, shout out Post Animal, whatever. It doesn't matter at all. But Ashton and I remember the one time being in the dorms, smoking a blunt with Ashton, like just talking about like theater and film and all these things. Not 7 months later, he gets straight out of Compton. No, he does straight out of Compton first. Wow. He's got a part in that, and then from there, I don't know if it was the DePaul connection or whatever, but then he gets Moonlight. And then he's like on the red carpets with Denzel. He's like Academy Award-winning movies, all these things. He plays Bigger Thompson in a Native Son for HBO. His career goes fucking crazy banana pants. Meanwhile, we're all still in college, we're plugging away, whatever. He comes back to do this movie called Captive State with John Goodman. It's a Chicago film where they're doing some of it and whatever. And I remember I'm at this time I'm PAing and I'm starting to produce my own stuff and I'm ADing and I'm trying to act and I'm trying to direct, but I'm really just building all the whatever. Okay. And I got on Captive State as what's called an additional PA. So I'm not on for the whole run of the show. I'm on for that day. Maybe I'm lucky I get a couple different days. Day player PA, exactly. And it was Captive State was like a sci-fi movie with John Goodman and whatever. And Ashton, I guess, had gotten stoned like a couple days earlier and like ran and like did this jump where he was supposed to do it and like twisted his ankle. And so all production was like kind of like on edge or whatever. So I'm on this thing and I know Ashton's in the movie and I don't even know that he remembers me necessarily, but I'm locking up as a PA is supposed to do and sidewalk, whatever. Camera's fucking 50 yards that way. I'm nowhere near the action, but like I'm on a big union show and I'm wearing a vest and I'm a fucking goober and I have
fucking earpiece.
The earpiece, the whole thing, dude. I was in it in Chicago, winter, it sucks. And I just hear, Danny? And I turn around and he goes, Danny Farber. And I go, hey dude, what's going on? And he's number 2 on the call sheet. It goes, John Goodman, Ashton Sanders.
Sick.
And I'm like, sup dude? He starts walking over me, he daps me up. All of the ADs, there's like 7 ADs, are all staring daggers at me of like, he needs to be on his mark. Like, we got to roll right now. And I'm like, I feel, and he's talent. So he's like loosey-goosey, he's cool, whatever. He's like, man, how are you doing? And I'm like, really good, man. I think they want you on your one.
Get ready for action?
Yeah, he's like, nah, it's cool. They'll wait. And I was like, all right, cool. So we're just like chit-chat, whatever. And he got me, I ended up producing a short for like one of his best friends off of that just like reconnection kind of experience.
Yeah.
He's like, you're still making films? I'm like, yeah. He's like, cool. Like, let's link up. And then I did this thing with his buddy Isaiah and it was cool. But I'll never forget just like the terror of being like, I know this guy. I know he knows me. This is cool. Not 3 years ago, we were smoking blunts together. We were at this level. And now I'm here and he's here. And it's just like, I was so goddamn nervous of like, everybody's like, getting back to his mark, getting back to his mark. He's already twisted his ankle. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's a $45 million movie. Blah, blah, blah. And it was really cool. And shout out Ashton for remembering, and like all the Ashton Sanders, if you're out there, if you're watching, I love you, dude.
Hey, you can never forget a homie that you share a bleezy with in the dorms, man.
I was
surprised that you were like, oh, will he remember me? I'd be like, dog, no, he's gotta remember me.
It was cool. It was like it was fun. It was wild. Dude, what an era of just like coming up and cutting your teeth, and everybody's trying to do their thing.
Yes,
and
the come up is fucking fun.
I
still try to stay in that everything's like rainbows, like come up vibe, because I think we all kind of try to jump ahead, especially when we like approach 30. I think it's like, oh, I should have my stuff more together, or like,
sure.
And you get friends that are popping off, and you're like, he's up there, like I want to be up there, but it's like we said earlier, man, I think like our journey is our own journey's time.
Absolutely.
And like the come up, I swear, is what we're always going to remember more fondly.
Yeah.
It's like I think things unfold how they will unfold, but I just feel like we get a lot of people that are at those high points, and they're like, man, but I just remember being young and like just fucking hustling around and making it work and like figuring our voices out, and so anyways, that's cool that he saw you, and but yeah, like then go forward 2 years, and now we're right here. You're about to go to Vancouver tomorrow, man.
Go forward like 6 years now at this point.
All right, so I don't know how we've gone this long, and I haven't, as fucking filmmakers and actors, gotten your fucking top 3 favorite movies of all time, dude. Can you hit me with it, please? Top 3.
Just off the cuff, when you say that.
Yeah.
School of Rock. Easy one.
Love that pick.
The movie that I remember made me want to become an actor was Cheaper by the Dozen.
With
Steve Martin, Holly Hunt, the whole thing. Dude, and that's like I just remember being a kid being like, God, they're like in the bloopers, they're having so much fun on set. I just want to do that.
It's a fun movie.
So I guess I gotta put that up there just because I went up. And then, God, there's so many that are great. But I think the film that I kept going back to as a kid, when like all these very strong opinions were formed, would be when we'd get sick from school, we'd watch the old VHS of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh yeah, the one with Gene Wilder, yeah.
So I'd say School of Rock, Cheaper by the Dozen, Willy Wonka.
Are those in order, you think, or just like say that's your top 3?
Sure. Yeah, no, I think that's a good order.
I love that.
That's great.
I've never heard those picks. I love those picks because I resonate with all those, and in some type of way for sure. They all fucking do hit, and I love how one is like, oh, this made me want to be an actor. This one I keep going back to, and this one felt like a filmmaking like paradise.
This was it's Richard Linklater's some of his best shit. Just to be like, and I remember where I was when I saw all of those for the first time.
Oh yeah.
And like, and how many times have I gone back and rewatched all of them? It's been a while since Cheaper by the Dozen, and like it's a family comedy. Like it's an interesting, I think, choice because it's not like a cinematic whatever, but like it made me like, I want to be part of that family. I want to,
and try to be like a little, what do you call it, like have put your little filmmaker cap on. Be like, I went to film school, so I got to say Godfather Part 2. It's like
they're all great movies, but like these are things that I really connected with.
You just got to go with feeling, right?
Yeah.
And that's cool that you're not letting the other shit cloud you. Those are the feels. Sick. I'm gonna go with these are mine, fucking in order. And I can't separate them, but Lord of the Rings, the whole first trilogy.
I don't know if that counts, but okay.
That's
all 3 movies. If you're to pick one, is it Return of the King? Oh, it's
Two Towers.
Twin Towers.
Just
not Twin
because
Towers.
the feeling of it,
Twin Towers.
Two Towers.
Twin Towers.
I think it's 2.
Two Towers is.
Wait, Lord of the Rings is 2
Which
Towers.
one's 9/11? Two Towers. Two Towers. Which one's 9/11? Okay, that's the Twin Towers. Okay.
But just because of the feeling of it, like you saw the first one,
sure,
so fucking badass. Then you're like
with
going
the
into
Ents,
the second one,
the giant,
and you have the third to go on to. Yeah. The third is obviously amazing.
Return of the King's great.
Because it's like, but it's ending, so it had that weird feeling.
It's that resolution to it.
But I do love whatever.
Okay,
I love all of them, but I would say 2.
Two Towers.
And then my second favorite film, I'm pretty sure, is Matrix 1.
The first Matrix.
Matrix 1.
Cool movie.
Yep.
Great movie.
I feel like that was like iconic for me. Like just like also concept, badass. Like
sure.
Like the shots have never been done. Like so like boundary pushing with like the cinema of it and the shots that they got. And then the story's just badass. The action's badass. And then the third is, I want to do the same thing with the Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan's, but if you're going to make me pick, I would say second again.
Obviously, it's Dark Knight. Yeah. Out of the 3 of those. Again. Yeah.
But the third one, the story smacks too, that people don't talk about enough. The whole, because it's longer.
And I just remember the beginning, the 2 big stunts.
Yeah. It was like epic like that.
It's the plane thing where they rip off the wings.
That's the opening fucking
and then it's
scene.
the football field where they blow the whole thing up.
Kaboomy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So the third one smacks too. I do like the beginning. Well, the same thing as Lord of the Rings. I like all of them, but if you're going to pick the second one. But those are my 3. I always say that, like, yeah, it's like the young boy picked in me. Like, those are all, like, action, like,
Hell
you know,
yeah.
the action epic,
Yeah.
the fantasy ones. But I would say those are my top 3. Probably another one that's, like, right after that, like, honorable mention type of shit, Forrest Gump.
Great movie.
Forrest Gump.
Great movie.
I have a feeling that's probably the best script that's ever been, like, written. If I were to read that as an actor, I'd be like, we're going to tell this all in one fucking movie? How fucking sick. It's like a lifespan
It's a
of
whole,
movie.
it's a saga. It's like, you ever see
saga.
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes, love that one too.
And it's just that, it's that like big.
Oh, sing the song?
I was a man of constant sorrow. Yeah.
No, George
Stream that EP.
That was like a banger. That actually like won, did it? Not Emmy, but like didn't it win some like,
Oscars?
like
Probably.
a song award? Yeah.
Probably. It was fucking, probably
yeah,
great.
Him and like so was George Clooney. Who's the other little?
I
guy?
went
Tim
down
Roth?
to
No,
the
not Tim
river.
Roth.
Tim Blake Nelson.
Yeah.
And John Turturro.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
And
but-
Dude, that
was great. Okay, so what do you got coming up?
I have so I'm going to Europe for Cousin. Then I got a series right at the end of the month. And
What's
then,
the series? Plug it.
I don't know. That's
We'll
how-
cut that part out. Yeah.
that's how it goes. Like they just come. Well, because you as a director, you need to know more intimately. Me as an actor, I'm like you said earlier, I'm flying and I'm hitting the mark and I'm fucking saying the shit that I know I can say. Like, we go for it, baby.
Fair enough.
And
Fair
also,
enough.
like we said, too. This is gonna come way after the fact. Hopefully, I get the USA show.
Hopefully, get the USA show, man.
I mean,
That's
I'm gonna
sick.
go in there. I'm gonna be a fucking gorilla in the room.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna
man.
Just, like,
Do your
well,
shit.
actually, I think I need to be more romantic because the first scene was like me doing the gangster side of shit. And I feel like this scene, because it's chemistry with the actress, it's gonna be like, can he sell the romance?
Just remember, slow down and listen.
Yeah.
Slow down and listen.
Slow down and listen.
On verticals, it's always faster and louder. On TV, on the other
Give
shit.
more
it's
breath. I
slow
feel like
down.
I do that well. Because that's more enticing too. Because it's great because if we're wearing all these hats, like I know that what I like to see when I'm behind the camera casting shit, when we're watching subtitles, what pulls me is like, can this person eat when there's nothing going on?
Right.
If this person can eat, like sell me on a look and like
It's the
do
stillness,
one of these
man.
and they look back at him and be like, I don't know. I'm like, thank you. Like they're not just line cueing. They're
Sure.
just like thinking. They're like, we're like seeing you go
It's
through
in
it,
it.
and then it's a fucking line. And because then you can speed somebody up easier than like try to craft them like give me a moment.
Sure. And I think going to my honorable mention, which would be, we're skipping back for a second. Honorable mention, favorite film, Almost Famous.
Oh yes, we were talking about Kate Hudson yesterday.
Love that. And Philip Seymour Hoffman in anything.
Oh,
but
yeah.
especially in that movie. But also just like, there's so many looks in that movie to each other where like all an actor has to do is
Just look.
but it's not even moving your head. It's
Nope. It's
moving
she's
your
just
eye
saying
line. It's being
something.
comfortable with stillness and understanding that holds so much weight and so much power depending on who you're giving it to.
That's TV and film.
That's
Stillness.
more so I think that what you're gonna do. Okay, let me tell you what I got going on, and then I gotta go.
I'd love it.
All right. You can find me at Sir Danny Farber on all of the social medias. My website is sirdannyfarber.com if you want to watch music videos that I've made, things that I've acted in, verticals that I've directed, things I've produced, music that I've made, whatever. SirDannyFarber.com is my portfolio for all that stuff. I have
Chris.
I have a vertical series for Real Short starring Maria Barris and Chris Cordatino for it's called The Deal with the Hockey Bad Boy. Maybe they're going to change the
Oh, it's
title.
on
but
ice?
It's on ice.
Was
It's
that
a
tough to film? You just
hockey
get
love
live
story.
shots?
It was so much fun, dude. It was so
Good.
great. It was so rad, and it looked so good too.
Oh, nice.
So that's a hockey YA love story.
Where's that releasing, or is that out now?
That's on Real Short. That's
now?
Not out. But probably by the time this airs. It's
Yes.
sometime in May.
Okay.
I have another one with Eric Yamet and Kira Wisely on Dreamy app, a Dream short.
Love Kira.
Dream. Called Boss Please Behave. We
Boss
made that
Please
one
Behave, dude.
with Production House 8. Shout out Chen Chen. That's coming out. I'm flying up to Vancouver to do Love After Sight, I think it's called.
Love After Sight.
That's going to be a good one. We're going to do that in Vancouver for Callous TV and Mini Short. At the end of this month, also, I'm doing one for Drama Box called Cheer Up Baby.
Cheer Up
with
Baby.
Ideally Projects. And if you want a great production company that does a lot of great verticals, Shen Lee and Ideally Projects, check out her Instagram and all that stuff. It's really, really great. Then I'm going to Tulum for 10 days to say fuck off and do goddamn
Tulum's
nothing.
great.
I'm
That's
really
a
excited
great
about
decision.
it. And then in June, I start a 2-year-long contract with one of the big players where I'll be working alternate months, every other month, doing a new vertical with them, and then I'm trying to fill my gap months with acting opportunities, music videos to direct, and then other verticals with other apps as well to kind of keep the name out there. So
love that.
Check out the journey, you know?
Yes, check out Danny's journey. I love how so much is fucking in the pan and you're cooking, baby. I love hearing this. Yeah, especially with the long-term situation. Keep us up to date with that. That'll be fun. And hopefully we link in August. I'll be over there, baby.
Oh, yeah. Istanbul in August for Drama Pops. So Drama Pops, shout out. Jared, thanks so much for having me on the podcast, man.
Dude,
this is great.
Thank you so much, Danny. That's it, baby. Great pod.